Welcome, everybody, to a brand new stream featuring the one, the only, chosen one. That's me, myself, and me. Welcome, everybody, and of course, the one, the only, MMA King Kreese Jr. Now, don't worry,
What's going on, guys?
more people joining us as the stream goes forth. It's going to be a very, very good stream. We've got a lot of things to cover. The world of pop culture has been imploding the last few weeks with news left, right, and center. There's been a lot of developments, a lot of changes, a lot of things going on. Danny, sir, read out the list that you have constructed for the stream, sir.
Yes, sir. So, for today's list, we will be talking about Jenna Ortega and the main star of Scream. They're not gonna be doing the project. If you guys know, you know. We won't talk about any of the politics stuff. We're just gonna talk about the business
we're
stuff
gonna
or whatever.
touch upon the politic aspect of it. You can kind of fill in the blanks yourselves, people, but you know what we're alluding to.
There's other YouTubers that can do it way better than us, as they say. Like I always say.
Yeah, it's just fun. So yes.
Yes, sir. And then for our DC segment, James Gunn has finally casted his Lex Luthor. I think that it's a pretty good casting or whatever.
I agree.
As far as our Marvel segment, we were gonna. It's just like I said, we were gonna start bringing back Marvel Memory Lane for the X-Men. We're gonna do a couple of the X-Men movies going down the line or whatever. Maybe all of them, maybe some of them. We don't know yet. And then it's the. And then finally, the breaking news in Cobra Kai. Of course, we're going to talk about it. Like, we are going to, still give our thoughts on this whole entire Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, next Karate Kid. That means we're talking about Daniel LaRusso, Julie Pierce, Jaden Smith, Jackie Chan. They're all connected, man. It's all canon. So we're definitely going to be talking about. Thanks a lot, Sony. So, Mr. Jacob Sensei, you can go ahead and take over the stream now, sir.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so let's get this right out the way. As was prefaced before Danny continued reading the list, we're not going to touch upon the politic aspect of it. We might flirtily joke with a few things that you can fill in the blank on. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. All I'll say is there's a double standard. You can fill in the blank and insert what you need to understand why a certain person is fired versus why someone else in another brand is not fired. And it's also in part because it's good, very fitting because I'm wearing white today. That's the color of choice. White energy is here, but also speaking of white energy, there's people that use that to get away with shit. And that's all I'm gonna say. You can fill in the blank and go from there. You can go from there. Now, in terms of
once again, there are better YouTubers that can cover it better than us.
Much better at it than us. But you know what I'm hinting at. You know what I mean. Now, in the world of Scream, it is, in my opinion, the most consistent horror movie franchise. There isn't a bad one in the bunch. I know diehard Scream fans will go, "Oh, what about 3 and that convoluted subplot?" I get it, but just from an objective linear standpoint, each movie feels like it could be before or after the one that precedes it or follows it. Like they feel like it feels like it makes sense in terms of a story. And the movies, by definition, aren't bad. There aren't any bad movies in there. There isn't any Halloween Resurrection in there or Halloween Ends. There isn't Jason Takes Manhattan. There isn't that Freddy versus whatever that was. There isn't any
Freddy
of that.
Versus Jason.
Scream is the most consistent franchise in the world of horror. And I think what I really enjoyed with the newest installments was they incorporated a lot of modern day elements within the story in the world of Scream. And especially in the 6th one, which is probably one of my favorites, is Ghostface. It's less about the suspense of the cool and, oh, you want to play a game. He actually actively goes out of his way to try and kill people. Like he does it. He'll do it in the dead of night, like where there's loads of people around. And I love that because it's like basically saying, screw the suspense, I'm coming after you. Like, and that's great.
Yeah.
And the scenes where they take the fight to him and Chad has one of the best moments in any movie ever.
Yeah.
smile for the camera, mother, bang, slaps him straight in the face with the camera.
Yeah.
Great moment. And I love the fact, like I said before, that he's called Chad and he keeps not dying and kicking Ghostface's ass and gets the girl. Like, I love it. It's funny to me. Like, I love that. Just watching all the incels on Reddit get all pissed off and, oh, no, that's not accurate. Well, that's how nerds are in the current world. That's just how it is. Oh, everybody give a massive welcome to the one, the only Darius.
Darius!
Dude. Whoa. Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at the drip on this man.
Darius!
Yes, who's back again. Hey, look, we've got the white energy going on again here. I love it. Hang on, let me just get this just for us. 1 sec. Hang on.
I switched teams.
Whoa. God damn. Okay, there we go. Oh, perfect.
No hoods.
Color symmetry on display here.
Switched
I love
teams.
it. So
no pony hoods.
No comment.
I didn't switch teams. I didn't switch teams that far. Jesus.
No comment. No comment.
Sorry, man. You guys set it up right there.
Anything else? And Scream as a whole is actually really good. And I was really enjoying this trilogy and what they were building up to. And it's not like you can lose the lead of the trilogy and wrap up this trilogy. You can't, because the whole trilogy was predicated on this character, her lineage. And from what we have seen and what we've read up on, I like the angle that they were going for with the next film. Now, we're not going to get, again, too much into the politics side of it. And I like that we're wearing white, Darius, like I was saying to Danny, because it's very reflective of the world that we're in and the double standard of someone that can say whatever and not face any repercussions, not face any consequences, but merely a thing of something can get you fired if you're not like, it's crazy to me. And I'm trying to process how the franchise moves forward from here without her. Now, they say that Jenna Ortega couldn't be part of the movie because of scheduling conflicts. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to the world of PR. That's all it is. It's PR. Jenna Ortega would have made time for Scream.
She said a bit ago that she said
out of solidarity.
She said a bit ago that she would make time. And
once again, like, can I? Yeah. I'm just pointing to what this is right here. It's just a, you know. Can I say, Cap?
Going off, it's just really sad. Like, because not like you said, leaving the politics side, from a story perspective, that the studios let outside stuff influence the story in such a like drastic. Because what are you gonna do now? You're gonna recast Sam and Tara. Like, maybe if it was just one, you get away with it, but two, like, that's too noticeable.
One of them is like the hottest stars in Hollywood right now in terms of commodity. Yeah. Like, Jenna Ortega is freaking everywhere. Like, you can't replace that.
Yeah, she's about to do Beetlejuice.
Jenna Ortega got pull, man. She got pull. She got that young demographic that you want.
I personally think she's all that. No pun intended. No, but at the end of the day, you can't deny someone's star power, like, and their pull. Like, you can't just replace Jenna Ortega. And Melissa Barrera really came into her own in the sixth one, and she really, in my opinion, stole the show.
Because let's be fair. Like, people were going to see Jenna Ortega for Scream 5. Like, I'm a Scream normie or whatever, but like, I'm just looking at it objectively. She has that young audience. Like, she brought new fans to the series or whatever. Yeah. You cannot deny that or whatever.
Like, the bad part is they did a good job setting up these new characters like Sam, Tara, Mindy, Chad. Mm-hmm. We all love those guys. And now you can't really. Have you heard the rumors about what they're going to try to do to backpedal? They're going to try to focus more on Sydney. They're trying to get Nev back.
I don't like that.
You can't. People will show up to go see Nev, but she already had her ending in Scream 5. That way,
You're going down Kenobi. You're going down the going down the Halloween / Kenobi thing, bro. Like, no.
You just had to mention Kenobi as the example.
What?
You just
it's
had
true.
You had to do it, didn't you?
They did. It's because
you made your choice.
I mean, Scream did something that a lot of these franchises, they made good new characters. Like, they made good, likable new characters. Now
they went the Cobra Kai route.
You can't use any of them because for reasons, but we're not going to get into that. You can't use them because
and they're all so close together. I guarantee you, the one that plays Chad and the one that plays Mindy, within a week they'll be like, yeah, we're not coming back either.
And even if they did come back, like, how do you justify?
Would you want to do it?
Gone. Like, what's the story now? Like, this is Ghostface gonna be like, yeah, you're gonna see Sam and Tara died off screen because that's bullshit. Like, don't do that. That
means it's or a reboot again.
Okay, so this is just my little take on it. With the whole entire Ned thing, like you guys said, like if you're what the studio trying to do is like they're trying to keep Jenna and old girl alive because they're probably like thinking about this. Okay, if we just try to say like, oh, they're just doing their own thing right now.
I'll fill in the blank here. I'll fill in the blank.
Yeah.
Scream 7, Nev and Patrick Dempsey's character. Scream 8, you bring all of them together.
Yep. What they're gonna try to do is
they'll do a Scream 7 with a filler villain. Some like the first villain that's probably generic as fuck.
You know what?
The problem with that is every villain has a decent motivation. We will get our first one.
You know what might happen? You know what they might try to do? They might try to make Scream 8 happen at the same Scream 7 happen at the same time as Scream 6 to explain where Sydney was. At least that's what I would do.
Yeah.
At least trying to make it make sense. Trying to make it make some sense. Like where like they're not in the movie. Have it happen concurrently with Scream 6. So it was like
they're backed up in a corner. And then if you really want to go the route that we think that they were gonna go with Scream in terms of like maybe Stu's backstory and him and linking the past and future present together, then that would be the only way that it could work, is if you have a moment where it goes all the way back to the beginning, but it's happening like in sync. So then the timelines link up and they get back, they all team up in the 8th movie.
Like imagine at the end of Scream 7, Sydney, they've just been their Ghostface or whatever. Sydney learns that Gail's in the hospital because of Scream 6.
Yeah.
Like, she's in the hospital.
Do you know what, Darius? That is, I freaking love you, dude. That is a fantastic idea.
I'm trying to salvage this because I don't want this franchise to die over something
like that. I would take that over a shitty sequel.
Yeah,
that works.
Yeah. Or just not do.
I mean, we all know not do it at all. But you know, we'll just go back to the drawing board until they sort it out.
Because what's gonna happen? Hey, we're all matching now.
Hey, yo!
Yeah,
yo!
Yin yang.
You know what? Fuck!
Hold on.
What the fuck is going on here?
Miyagi knows and Cobra knows.
Okay, now. See, the karate doesn't see color. It's great.
Yep.
Unlike Hollywood.
No, but like that's what I would just have it be like Sydney.
Dude, that is a solid idea.
Sydney and her family get attacked by. Then you can show Sydney's family if you want to. Like maybe Sydney has. They kind of imply she has children, so you can show that.
Motherfucker, why am I wearing glasses?
Got a match, man.
Tell you what.
There we go.
Glasses. Hold on. Let me get mine. 1 second.
Darius is going to get.
You know what? Everyone get your hood up. Get your hood up. That's it. Fuck it. You the DMX.
If I was wearing white hoods, I wouldn't be getting my hood up.
Get your hood up. Get your hood up. Wait, so we're talking about Scream, I suppose.
Danny. I know what you meant by that.
Can't find them close enough.
I know what you meant by that. I know what you meant. You cheeky son.
Hey, in the words of Kanye, I bring my hood. But yeah, that's how I would salvage it. Is be like, hey, this is why Sydney wasn't in Scream 6. Another Ghostface came after her at around the same time, and this happened, and that's why he's playing by Sam and Tara are not in the movie. So that way, if you can convince Melissa Barrera and General Taker to come back and Scream 8, you can. That's what I would do.
I think that would be a good way to do it, because that's realistically the only way you can salvage it unless you take a break. Now, do I think there is a world Melissa Barrera can come back? 100%. But I hope you realize they're gonna have to pay up.
That, or they're just gonna need to be regime. There's gonna be a regime change. Like, get someone, whoever made that decision is gonna have to get fired or something.
Yeah.
Just like,
but
again,
then it goes back to this. Like, it just for the human aspect of you as a person, would I even want to go back to a company that treated me like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand money talks or whatever, but still, like, if no one doesn't really want me to be there, why would I be there? You know what I'm saying? That's what I was taught when I was growing up. If they don't want you there,
like when you do,
and then again, like,
you don't invite yourself to the cookout.
When you do,
there are other horror.
It's hard to salvage stuff because you never know how that person's going to react if you approach them to come back.
Yeah,
that's what I said. They had New Line or Spotlight had to be like, hey, we fired the person who made this decision. Now it's a new person. Like, the baggage, like we regret what we did. Here's I don't know, 15 mil. I don't know how much the actors get paid. I don't know, something like that. Cut them a nice check. We messed up. I mean, that's all you can do at the end of the day.
Yeah,
like, you can't. There's nothing else they can do about it. And I know personally, I probably wouldn't do it unless it's completely new. Like, completely new. Everybody's gone. Like, that made that decision the first time, and it's like a new regime, and it's like, okay, fine.
But you already know that these execs ain't gonna do all that.
It's not gonna go like that. It's not gonna roll like that.
It's not gonna go like that. Yeah. Now, back in the day, that could possibly happen, but nowadays they just see you as another number. Unfortunately, like, you know.
So yeah, and then here's another thing. There are other horror franchises and original horror projects. Like, they would be stupid if they didn't offer Melissa Barrera or Jenna Ortega a chance to be in something else.
And you know what? Even out of spite, I'm not saying she's petty, but out of spite, she could do it on that alone.
Yep. I mean, like, maybe some.
I mean, she's about to be in the new Beetlejuice movie, so you know, like, she are like that. Yeah.
Beetlejuice is a cult classic. I love that movie.
Yeah.
You know, this is where I want people to fill in the blanks and read between the lines, how we were saying before. Oh, she's not there because of scheduling. It's no.
Nah.
She's leaving in solidarity. If any one of these, I tell you what, if Kings blew up, right? If it got massive, and they're like, Jacob, you gotta cut one of these mofos. You're cutting me too. I ain't going anywhere without them. So that's an omen to future endeavors. I ain't going anywhere without any one of these boys. That's solidarity there. That's a solidarity showing support.
And I respect that. I respect that from Jenna. If that's the case, I'm not going to say it is for sure because I don't know her. But
if we're going to be completely objective, as much as I love Melissa, and she's the face of like Scream, the new genre, and the main. Let's be honest, the main character is Sam because she's Billy Loomis's descendant. Jenna Ortega is not. Jenna's character is not the focal point. Yeah. Sam's character is. But
you know what?
In terms of star,
but she got pulled.
Jenna Ortega is objectively speaking a bigger star. So with Melissa Barrera, with her not being involved, they were probably hoping, oh, we could recast this and everyone will be fine with it. But now Jenna Ortega's gone. He basically said, "Whoa, deuces.
I ain't leaving my sister behind."
And like you said, I bet good
now
money
they're listening.
I bet good money that the other two, Mason Gooding and Mindy, I feel like they're gonna do the same.
Yeah, they'll go.
Yeah,
I feel like they're gonna leave.
It's just like it's just like the Guardians of the Galaxy when Disney was on their stuff with James Gunn or whatever. They basically said like, okay, if James is not part of it, then we're not part of it, so there ain't no movie and everything. And then they just said, well, you know, we can sit down and talk and everything. Let's talk and everything. We can talk.
The thing is,
why does that happen? Because don't they sign? It's not like with the Streamcast. Doesn't the cast like sign like picture deals? Like they had to do Infinity War, Endgame. Like
they would have gotten sued if they would have gotten sued if they
did that. Because I think it's like I don't know if that report is true that they said like, hey, I think that the report was that they went to like Feige and like Disney were like, hey, can you like bring him back?
The difference there was that Feige's kind of he's kind of the middleman between Marvel and Disney. Like Disney's the boss.
Yeah.
And Feige can try to convince them to be like, hey, let's not do this. Let's do this. But with a lot of these other companies, it's just like, nah, bro. What the big guy says goes. There is none of that. Hey, let's do there's no one to campaign for Melissa Barrera right now. Castmates.
Yeah,
it's one of those times where it's like, if anything that Strike showed us, solidarity, stick it to him.
It's just like I said. It's like when you guys are all on the same page or whatever.
It's in a very weird space at the moment. Do whatever must be done. You know.
I think the Scream franchise will probably figure it out or whatever. But if you don't if they don't get if you don't get Jenna Ortega back, then you're essentially done. You're dead in the water. Like, because once again, she's the one that got the pull or whatever. she got the new fans. She got the new fans into it, and she can take them all the way, bro. Like
I don't want to say up and coming because that's not her anymore. She's in that category now. But she's one of the biggest stars around right now. Anytime I've been at work and seen a kid come into the store, they're all wearing Wednesday shirts.
Hey, I got a Wednesday shirt.
Smash that like button, indeed. Smash that like button, people.
And it's just like, I just don't understand. Like you just killed the story. Like the story's dead in the world right now. You just killed it. It's dead.
Yeah, because
why? I need to just get this off my chest, okay? Why can we never get a trilogy?
Why is it always Scream? Why is it always the third one?
Why can we never get a trilogy of anything? Halloween, Star Wars. Why we never get a fucking trilogy?
There was a problem between the Disney and Sony.
Well, it's always three. It's always the third
one, bro. Three. Every time. We can never get a trilogy. We were this close to having a good Scream trilogy. Like a good solid trilogy that was pretty consistent.
They did a Sony, man. They did a Sony. They said like, I'm gonna ruin your.
This is worse than anything Sony's ever done to me.
Sorry, I had to get that rant off my chest there. Like every time it.
How am I gonna ruin your franchise in 5 seconds? Like,
we were this close, gentlemen. We were this close.
This close for getting rid of everybody.
We were just calling them the best horror franchise last week, and then they go and do this.
Bro, literally, I wish we never did that stream because the minute we said, "Oh yeah, Cobra Kai," and I feel safe watching Cobra Kai. Ooh, a few days later, what the fuck happens? Oh, Scream. Oh yeah, it's great. It's awesome. A few days later, what happens?
That's creepy.
They was that like Wednesday. Like that Hollywood lost its collective shit. That I don't know what happened. That like everything.
I was on the way home from work, and all of a sudden there's a slew of messages. I'm like, oh my god, oh wow,
like, what is going on?
What? Like it just.
Yes, when Strike put it in the chat, I was like, hey, what? Like
at first I thought it was fake, and then like the Hollywood Reporter reported it.
I saw that Sony logo, bro. I said like, oh no, it's true. Bro, RJ, it's this clarification. Please tell me that this is clarification. Like this is not clarification. This is the RJ basically said, nah, Danny, I think this is pretty much clarification right there.
Bro, I remember I was taking exams that whole day. It was the last day before I went home for break. And I was not on my phone the whole day. I turned on my phone on. I was like, the hell? What is going on? Like, what the hell is going on, dude? I see Karate Kid in the chat. I see.
Oh boy, I can't wait to talk about that.
Scream. I see Scream.
That Karate Kid topic got us arguing about shit.
See, as you can see,
like, Darius came.
The more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
You're muted, Danny.
Like Like when Darius is coming inside the chat, he's basically saying, "Are you guys fighting again?" And he's like, "Oh snap! What did I miss?"
Yeah, I thought some shit popped off, but it's just the Karate Kid. I was like, oh. I was like, what happened with the Karate Kid? And I watched the video. I was like, yo, is that Jackie Chan? I was like, what the fuck? Like, yo,
my heart rate can't take any more. Like my blood pressure can't take any more of this. Like for every day where you think pop culture's going great, like why can we never enjoy everything at once? Like why does everything have to be fucked up?
It's never just good news. It's never good.
We couldn't enjoy the Dave Filoni news, for instance, because it was on the same day of the Cobra Kai Karate Kid thing. Then there's this bloody Melissa Barrera situation. Then there's the thing that I'm not going to mention on air, but we know. You know, it's like all this stuff was happening, and I'm like, could there just be a day for us nerds, us cool nerds, by the way, not the Reddit incels, the cool nerds. You know, could there be a day where we just are allowed to enjoy things?
It's never just good news anymore. It's always, here's good news. But
I want this week to be actually good news. I want to hear some casting for upcoming projects, some news on the Batman Part 2, Spider-Man 4. Matt Reeves, I'm begging you, please drop some news this week so we can get good news.
Oh, yeah, CCXPs this week. Yeah.
Oh, not that shit. Sony.
Need a bit.
Sony, man.
Hey, Marvel.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. We're not there yet.
Marvel and DC.
We're not there yet. At the end of the day, in summary, Darius, I love your idea. I think that idea would work a treat. You know, if they really have no choice.
I'm trying my best to fix. Dude. I don't want to see this series like this turn into Halloween or fucking Friday the 13th, which is dead franchise at this point. Friday the 13th is dead. That shit's never happening.
Yeah, are they like still fighting for the rights of that shit?
As a Halloween fan. As a Halloween fan, I do not want Scream to like I don't want your guys' franchise to be messed up like our franchise.
Stop.
Scream is the one horror franchise where they can say like, hey, we don't have a bad movie. We don't have a bad movie. Even Scream 3, which is the worst one in my opinion, is still a good movie.
The most convoluted plot ever, but it's still good.
It doesn't really make any sense how Ghostface can just have a fucking voice changer that can sense voices I've never heard before. But don't think about it. It makes sense.
And it has probably the most comedic scene out of all the 6 films. It's like, oh, you mother! It's like he's getting chased down the steps. Like, that was hilarious. But
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm a Scream normie or whatever. Like, I literally just watched them like last year because of these guys right here. So I was like, okay, let me.
If you've got 2 choices. You've got like Darius's idea of having, if the studio really do this, and I'm not gonna freaking like it, but it's an olive branch. Do a movie set in the events of Scream 6 with Nev and whoever else, and then sort your shit out and bring everyone back for Scream 8, or just leave it as Halloween Kills.
Scrap it.
Don't. Just leave it ambiguous. Don't mess with it. Don't ruin it. If you can't get those actors back, please don't ruin that story. I would rather wander and not know than know and be disappointed and have Halloween Ends all over again. Like
somebody apparently like leaked what it was going to be about. Like the new movie.
It sounded good too. I saw that.
It sounded like really good. Like I was like, I know you, Darius, you know what I'm talking about. I'll say it in the private chat, but I was like, yo,
it's a joke.
I was like, damn, bro, this is not good. They're actually rewriting the script, so they're actually trying to they're rewriting it, and they're actually trying to
with what characters?
They're trying to bring back Patrick Dempsey and Nev Campbell.
This I don't know if you heard RJ. Like I had this idea. I was like, okay, if you want to do this, here's what you do. You got to set it at the same time as Scream 6. And this
on
so
Halloween
you can explain
night,
why Sam and Tara are not in the movie, so that way they don't have to die or anything weird. You leave it open for the future. You explain what Sydney was doing during Scream 6. So you leave the door open for Scream 8, where you get everyone back. If you admit that you fucked up and eat crow, like you got to eat crow here. You gotta do it.
But will they admit that? Probably not. Probably not gonna happen.
It won't happen. So what they'll probably end up doing is cutting a fat check and be like, "Hey, we're not gonna say we messed up, but here's a couple $1 million." But
money solves everything. In their eyes.
They might have to give Melissa Barrera some RDJ money. I'm not gonna cap, bro. Like they might.
Oh no! If you want to get her back, they're gonna have to pay her big bucks. Like, they're gonna have to pay big.
You know what? They didn't even want to pay Nev Campbell last time, so they're not gonna do that. They didn't want to even pay the person that made the franchise, so they're not gonna do that. They just, I don't know. I don't know what Spotlight's doing, man.
I feel
they got this attitude of you're always replaceable. There'll always be a teenage girl that wants your gig anyway. That's how they see it.
I feel like this is gonna happen. Studios need to realize, especially after these strikes, that people are not on their side like they think they are.
Yeah, you already had horrible PR from that. So like, what were you thinking with this?
So now you got this going on. Yeah, go ahead and try and make a Scream movie without.
This is the equivalent of someone having a trigger finger and thinking, "Oh, I disagree with that." Boom, drop. It's like, no. Slow down. Think about the ramifications.
It goes back to like.
And you set a precedent for Christ's sake.
You can't keep on thinking that you can just treat anybody badly. Like this is where I'll just have to sympathize with actors. Like, dude, like you can't, like, as the studio, you can't keep on treating your actors like crap and everything, because at the end of the day, especially when you got a fan basis that's paying for your guys' movie too and everything, they got pull. You got to understand that, like, they got pull. Like that's the depth of your franchise right there. If Jenna Ortega is gone and old girl is gone and you can't get Nev Campbell back, then you're done. You're dead in the water. Don't even do it no more. Leave on the high note. But you know you're not gonna learn this because you got an ego.
Yeah,
and you know what? You can get stuffed.
This is really pisses me off as a creative, because now the story you were trying to tell sounded really good. By the way, like, it sounded great. We're just not going to
treatment sounded dope.
We're just not going to see it now because of this. Because not because of something like that happened with the production, because of something that had
scheduling conflict.
Something that had nothing to do with anything. Regardless of your opinion on it, that had nothing to do with this movie at all. And now here we are. Oh man. It is what it is. It is what it is, though.
This is fantastic. Yeah. This is great stuff. I love this. We were this close to having a really good horror movie trilogy, and you shit the bed.
We got it. I guess Terrifier is the closest thing we got to that now. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully nothing happens with that now. I guess.
Here's another thing. If Nev Campbell, which I think she's gonna say no, I don't think she's coming back because she's already pissed off with them. What are you gonna do? This is the
moment for I know we
let it burn, let it burn, gotta let it burn.
In this instance, I think yes, girl power all the way. Stand by your queens in this instance. Screw it.
This moment.
Got yourself a gun.
That's another thing. Nev Campbell, it would look kind of bad if she took the role now, because
especially the person that's supposed to be taking.
I'm not saying I'll be mad at her for that. I'm not gonna be mad at somebody for getting the bag, but like, especially Nev Campbell,
it doesn't look bad.
It does look bad.
It goes back to that old saying that the studio never loses no matter what. Like, that's how it's like you get what I'm saying, right?
Whatever the hell your name is, Spyglass, y'all.
Spyglass.
Yeah, Spotlight, Spyglass, Spygas, whatever the hell. Listen, y'all got you guys got some stuff to work out. For one, you guys had to get Melissa back. That's priority number one. Then you got to get Nev back. Then you got to get Jenna back. It's just.
And I'm gonna tell you,
lost three.
Jenna's gonna be the hardest to get back. She's busy, so I don't know.
Yeah, so that's where you shot yourself in the foot. Quite literally, you shot yourself in every single toe. Is because Nev is the face of the brand. Melissa is the passing of the torch of the brand. and Jenna Ortega is the biggest of
got the audience
and the star.
She got the audience.
You've lost all three in the process. So
it's like Scream. You had like.
Let me tell you though, if I'm James Gunn, I'm calling up Jenna Ortega for Raven tomorrow.
Thanks, Melissa.
Yep.
I'm doing it tomorrow. I'm doing it as soon as. But get Jenna Ortega for Raven now.
And you know what?
Yeah.
As Raven, if that's the trade-off, fair enough. But if we have to lose,
Nev Campbell at me? No, I'm playing.
I enjoy Scream 5 and 6, man. Like aside from the thing with what they did with Dewey, other than that, like I really enjoy 5 and 6. I really enjoy 5 and 6. What in the frogs are
literally? I got because of these guys. I actually got the Blu-rays. Like I got I got number 6 on the way. I got number 6 on the way. Supposed to be coming in the mail the next.
You know what the sad part is, Jacob? I can live with a bad movie. I can live with the Halloween ends. But now we're not going to know what it's. Now we're not going to know what we're never going to know what Scream 7 would have been.
Battlefront 3.
Oh man, they put you. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Hey Arnold Purgatory. Like you remember how Hey Arnold just ended, and we didn't get that ending until like 15, 20 years later.
I know we all hate bad endings, but at least a bad ending's an ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See how
at least we get some. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean,
it's closure.
How you get closure is as important as getting closure.
Let me tell you what Scream 7 should do. They should just get Corey from Halloween. That started film right there.
No.
I say merge them together. Do a crossover
and have Ghostface Killer theme song right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Have Ghostface Killer as the killer.
It'd be like a buddy cop movie. We're putting together a suicide squad of like serial killers.
Can we get Ghostface Killer in one of the movies?
Jason, post-credits scene. Jason,
no. We get a new character set up in every franchise. We've got Corey from Halloween. We've got, I don't know, someone from Scream. And we build like a bounty hunter squad of like serial killer villains that are going out hunting other serial killers. Like that. I'll support that.
The guy from Thanksgiving.
That's
a good movie.
It's actually pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Now my
also
friend
another news, CM Punk returned to WWE, so that's cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
So are you saying, Jacob, that the franchise villains of horror movies should do like a universe crossover, like an Avengers type?
Why the hell not? Why not? Everything else is
Everything else is burning. We may as well.
It's like, can you just imagine Freddy saying like, "I'm putting together a team"?
You would be the perfect candidate.
They're doing Megan versus Chucky, right?
What?
Wait, what?
No.
So the two dolls in the horror movie world are now going to face off.
They want to do that. They want to do it. It's probably going to happen.
Oh God! Please tell me that you're lying to me, Darius. I know you don't lie to me, but like you.
So hang on a minute. I've got to bring it all the way back to Danny, and you're like Darius. Like, see how easy it is. See how easy it is to get these.
It's because we're both wearing white. That's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something, but you know what?
Yeah. We know what you were.
Terrifier. I'm glad someone mentioned Art the Clown. Terrifier. You're my only hope, Terrifier. You're all I've got left.
See, help me, Terrifier.
Watch out! Sooner or later, they're gonna get too. They're gonna get greedy. Guaranteed that they do It versus Terrifier. Give it 10 years.
Oh God,
no! Oh no!
I'm sorry,
no.
bad, but also I would be scared to death because those two on screen together. Oh God,
I would. You could have.
You already know it's gonna happen. You know, Warner Brothers is looking at that like
bowling pin at it again.
But I'm hoping they don't go to areas where I hope they're not because I'm hearing some things about that movie. Man, I don't know if I can watch that shit.
You haven't watched Terrifier yet? Oh boy.
No. I've seen it. I'm talking about the new one that's coming out. Like
the Christmas one.
Yeah, there's some rumors about it. I'm like, I don't know if I can watch that shit.
Look at the comment. It's kind of funny.
That's the one thing I don't like about Terrifier is because, whoa, what?
Okay. Wow.
or give us like Michael Myers versus like Jason. You know what? Never mind. We don't need that. We don't need that.
No dialogue in that movie.
No, because I'm going to be honest. Michael Myers will lose. What we need is the Rob Zombie Michael Myers. Then he might stand a chance.
Against Jason is. Also, can we just get?
Oh no, man! Jason is that dude, bro. I think he has the most kills of all time.
Can we just get Friday the 13th? Can we just get Friday the 13th back, please? Like, can we just stop the fucking the legal dispute?
No, like, I'm sorry. Can we actually get a good Friday the 13th for once?
None of them are good though. None of them are good though. That's my popular opinion. None of them are good.
The first two to three were pretty good, but then after that,
is sanity.
No, we do not. Yeah, no, not that song. Anything but that song.
All right, great.
Sorry, have to do a Scar from Lion King. Like, oh no, anything but that.
Sorry, you mentioned Kenobi earlier. You get one.
But that's all I gotta say about that. I mean, I do like these horror talks.
We push. Yeah, we're pushing 40, so we can go ahead and move on.
I'm sure I'm ouch. I'm in pain.
So, okay, going on to the next.
Next topic. What's the next item on the agenda?
On to the next one. On to the next one.
On to the next one. Next one.
Oh.
Not that hot. This guy woke up this morning. He was white.
Yeah. Okay. So, for our next topic, we shall be talking about our DC segment, and we're going to be talking about. We finally have a Lex Luthor. It's the former guy that did Beast.
I love this discussion because I was talking to Shamoon about this the other day. This confirms to me that not every single I know this isn't an MCU discussion, but I just want to use this as reference. This confirms to me that when they inevitably reboot the X-Men, they're not going to have every single actor come back or stick around because Nicholas Hoult is Beast, and that again, he wouldn't sign up to DC if he knew that Marvel had plans for him. Yeah. So you can't do two long-running franchises at once. Not because there's a rivalry and you need to pick a side. No, it's because
it's about money, boy.
It's because contractual obligations. Why does Jacob look like a late 90s dealer? I was born in the late 90s, but I'm not a dealer. I'm the banker. But essentially, I just wanted to throw that out there. So yeah, I don't think Nicholas Hoult.
I actually think they're going to recast everybody in the X-Men. That's just me.
Yeah, they'll probably recast everybody. But yeah, so it's not like. But I just want to say I love this casting. It's again not who I personally would have picked right out the gate, but Nicholas Hoult for me has always been one of them actors that's never gotten his shine. And I think as Lex Luthor, it will be so fascinating to see him play a role that isn't the good guy, that's just the asshole. It would be nice to see. So I can't wait to see how he goes about doing that. And it's nice that we've got someone that isn't a Jesse Eisenberg. Because I'm sorry, that, the Reeves are coming.
Look at all the Snyder fans right now. They're downvoting you right now on your stream. How dare you? Don't you talk about Jesse Eisenberg?
How could you dare it? Well, I've said it. I don't like it. It really jarred me. It's like I was watching the knockoff Riddler in that movie. Or some kind of Joker impersonation. I'm like, that's not Lex Luthor at all. I get what you're going for, but this isn't Lex Luthor. It doesn't feel like the character. I don't feel like I'm actually watching the character. I feel like I'm watching a person playing the character. I feel like I'm watching someone try to be something completely different. But now we know we've got some more concrete universe building with Superman Legacy and all that. And I guess for me, the largest point that I want to reiterate is this movie does need to slap right out the gate.
Yeah, it can't be no 7.
It doesn't have to be absolutely amazing, but it does have to reach a level of it's got to be good enough,
Yeah,
it's got to be good enough to build off of,
Yeah. I think Nicholas Hoult is probably would not have been my first choice as Lex Luthor, but I gotta give him his props. Like he has like been rejected so many times from DC because he was like going for Batman, he was going for Superman, he was going for this character and that character and that character.
It might have been a blessing.
It might have been a blessing. So like, you know, and if it's the Lex Luthor that I think that they're gonna do, if it's like Justice League Lex Luthor like that we got in like the early cartoons, like just like a straight up like, you know, he's smart but crazy at the same time, I think Nicholas could do it or whatever. Cause like if you've seen him in the X-Men movies, he has that mean streak. Like when he's like pissed off or whatever, I can see him doing it. Yeah.
Also, if you haven't watched him in The Menu, underrated movie by the way. He plays a guy who puts up a front a lot. He think he's one thing, but he's really like,
oh yeah, that's Lex Luthor right there.
Something else under that's because that's Lex Luthor. Like he pretends to be this charismatic. Like sometimes he's just a scientist, sometimes he's a politician. Really depends on what version you're talking about. He pretends to be like this like super nice, super charismatic guy, and a part of him is that, but a part of him is also like it's like cold. He's an asshole. He's kind of a psychopath. He's
kind of.
I mean, some versions are worse than others. Sometimes he's full on lunatic.
He has a god complex.
Yeah. He does indeed.
But I think Nicholas Hoult can do that. He has a lot of range, and I'm happy for him because, like you said, he's been second place. I think he was second to Robert Pattinson for Batman, and he was second to Corn Sweat for Superman this time around. So
I mean, also, as this is like a universe building thing now, and no doubt they will build a universe, I'm happy that they've gone with Nicholas Hoult because you can do so much with his range for Lex Luthor. You can have his full arc. You can have him on his villain arc and then his anti-villain arc, you know? You can do all of that. You can
he's young, and I like the fact that they're going young. Like, you got a young Superman. I think David Cornsweat's what, like 30?
Yeah, he's around that age, early 30s.
31, maybe 32.
Yeah,
and I think Nicholas Holt's what, like 35? Like he's not
30 years old. Yeah. David Cornsweat's 30, and
like you said, this kind of lets you do what's small. Like to me, I love Justice League Lex, but to me, the best Lex will always be Smallville Lex because
somebody save me.
We got to see Lex go from being like a well-intentioned, like good guy. He was a good guy at first. He was Clark's friend at first, and then you see him turn into like see the jealousy start forming, the paranoia start forming. You see all
they might go that route.
Yeah.
Like, what if Lex starts out as a guy trying to do good, but like the circumstances.
Lex's main beef is like, okay, to a certain extent, I can kind of agree with Lex saying like, okay, we can't always rely on superpower beings to do their stuff. I get it. I get your point, Lex, or whatever. But when you keep on attacking people, what do you think is going to happen? Like
Lex basically does it's kind of a Jacobs, it's kind of a Greek tragic hero thing where you have the character has this fear and they do the very thing that causes the thing that they fear to happen. It's like
in an effort to prevent it, they end up causing the thing they fear.
It's basically what Anakin does. Anakin doesn't want Padme to die, but the chain of events he does causes Padme to die. Like that's what Lex does. You think he doesn't want Superman to turn evil because he's afraid of that, but he pushes Superman and pushes him and pushes him and pushes him until eventually
he snaps.
That could happen.
Yeah,
that could happen.
Especially again, it's the universe. You can do these things.
Yeah.
Like if you want to do injustice, why instead of having the Joker do it, have Lex Luthor do it for once? Like, Superman's
that would get up a little bit.
Ooh, that's something different. Yeah, I like that.
That a lot. So DC, don't steal Darius's ideas there. Just get him in the writer's room.
They probably will. I mean, we know how.
Yeah, they will.
That's something different. Yeah, thank you, young man.
That's different. Let me write that down. But, that's what's going to happen.
I really like this casting, and it's also like it's not what people would assume. Like it's not a typical casting where it's like, hey, this guy was bald this one time, so let's make him Lex Luthor or whatever. Because that's what a lot of fans do. They just be like, hey,
just find someone bald.
or this guy plays a lot of villains, like John, with Giancarlo Esposito killing as Lex, of course. But
doesn't need to play.
I think he's gonna play Brainiac. Something tells me he's gonna play Brainiac
he would kill it as Brainiac though.
Because like they said that he's already in talks with James Gunn to like do a role in DC. I think he's gonna do Brainiac. Yeah,
that would be a good shout.
But
that would be a very good shout.
I don't think. I guess it's another. Do you think Lex would be the main villain? Well, we kind of know he's not. How much do you think he'll be in it? Like,
there'll be a moment where he is the main villain, but I think he'll be that character that's like the secondary villain. Like he's always.
Yeah. I think it's gonna. I definitely think it's gonna be Brainiac, the main villain, but I think I think Lex is gonna be there.
Where Lex Luthor is a villain, but I think there will be a moment when like it's a full circle and he becomes that. How do I put? What's the correct wording? He embraces who he truly should be, and that will be towards like 10 years down the line. That won't be anytime soon.
Because if I think they might go this route. And you guys watch the Justice League Unlimited cartoon. Do you think that they might go that route of like Lex and Brainiac uniting like down the line, like because he wanted like Lex wants to be a god so badly?
I think they could because what I think what happens in this movie, I think they'll lean into the politician stuff a little bit, where he's like running for president or some vice president, something like that. And he doesn't like Superman because Superman will probably already be around for a little bit by this time. Like, he doesn't like Superman, so he's like putting anti-Superman stuff out there. And
good point, Adam.
He'll be more of an antagonist. Like he'll be like somebody that gets in Clark's way, but he won't be the villain. If that makes sense. He'll be like you'll get hints that he's up to something, that he's not to be trusted, but he won't be like. Clark will be too busy focused on like Brainiac and the Authority and those guys before he focuses on Lex. He'd be like, okay, this guy's up to something, but that's not really my priority right now. Let me go handle this big alien threat.
Speaking of that, even though it is a mini Justice League movie, I still don't care what nobody said. This is a mini Justice League movie. You can't convince me otherwise. Like
mini.
It's like, go ahead, Darius.
I mean, I did a little research, and it seems like they're adapting some of the Manchester Black stuff, but it seems like they're just putting the Authority in there instead of Manchester Black. And Manchester Black is basically it looks like the plot of the movie is some bad stuff is happening in a foreign country. The government has a team of heroes. They want to handle it one way, and Superman wants to handle it a different way. And Brainiac's involved somehow. That's what it seems like is going on. And if that's the case, I can see a lot of potential there because, like, I think James Gunn said he wants the movie to be about how Superman's like black and white, like doing a good thing because it's the good thing. Morality does not fit into like modern society with everything has to be gray, all that stuff. Kind of basically what
Captain America struggle.
Yeah, like what do you do? What do you do in a world that's outgrown you, so to speak? Like,
that's got moved past those old ideals of okay, these are good guys. These what is a good person? What is a bad person?
But in the words of Coulson, in the words of Coulson, sometimes people need a little old fashioned in their life. Sometimes good is good and bad is bad. Like it's
exactly It's like isn't that just a bit old fashioned? It's like sometimes people may just need a little bit of old fashioned.
Yeah.
Like Cobra Kai, for instance. Sorry, okay. So I had to throw that.
I think Lex will play into that because Lex has his way of doing things. He has an extreme view as well. He's like human.
He's gonna have a Barbosa type arc. Something like that. He's gonna be the frenemy more often than he's not. Like he's gonna be like the guy that he won't mind helping Soup as long as it benefits him.
It's him.
There's some kind of end goal in there, and I think keeping the integrity of his character is important because you don't want him to just be a character that screws over Superman, and it's like, oh, here we go, he's gonna mess him up again. It's like, no, maybe like he's trying, he really believes, like a Balin.
He's not.
It's one of those things. Oh, Go ahead.
Lex isn't Loki. Where Loki, how Loki used to be. Where Loki just betrayed Thor, just to betray Thor because that's what Loki does. No, that's not. Lex genuinely believes that what he's doing is the right thing.
It's correct.
For humanity.
Yeah.
He's more like
Dr.
He's
a psycho. He's
more like Dr. Doom in that way than he is like Loki.
Crazy. For as much as he's a villain of Superman, I've always found like Lex Luthor is very much more of like a Batman type, but just in a different way. Just genius. More like mental.
He's genius. He's not as smart as Batman or whatever, but like Lex is smart or whatever. It's just that his own arrogance and his own ego gets him like in his way or whatever. Like just going based on the Justice League cartoon, like he thought he was gonna free Brainiac again, but what he did was stupid because he freed Darkseid instead, and that's just 10 times worse. Like, if you guys know the lore or whatever, like
the tragedy of Lex is that imagine the good that he and Superman could have done together, like somebody that smart and somebody that powerful, like they could have done like if they had worked together, if he had just accepted Superman's help, they could have done like a lot of good. And I hope like the movie shows that they make a good team. But Lex won't let that happen. He's like, I can't trust him. We can't trust him. Like, I'm not. It's because he feels inadequate next to Superman. Like he doesn't feel. He's jealous of. He's jealous of Clark. That's really what the big thing is. Like that's the root of it. He's jealous of Clark's power. He's jealous of his heart. He's jealous of his family. Like mom.
Because the thing is, it's like.
Yep.
Yeah, because the thing is, Lex.
All the money in the world can't give you that.
Because
Lex is always jealous of Superman because, like, think about it. It's like no matter how much he trains, doesn't matter how much he like jacks himself up or whatever. He can never beat Superman. He can never beat Superman on a one-on-one fight.
It's also like true to life. No matter how successful you become, no matter what business you own, no matter how much big your empire is, there's always a bigger fish.
And it's deeper than that. Like even their backgrounds, like Lex in most versions, his dad was a piece of shit to him. Meanwhile, Clark had
a sympathetic villain.
Clark had two loving parents, and I know, Pa Kent passed away, but it wasn't. It was something that could be prevented. Like Lex never had that. Like, and that's
when
he finds out that Superman is Clark Kent and had like this perfect life. That's another thing for him to get jealous about. Like,
and now he's got this beautiful wife, and beautiful family, like, and then the kids come into play. It's like,
because
is there anything Mr. Perfect?
Like Clark. The thing is, Clark low key kind of likes Lex's life too, because like think about it, Lex is rich, powerful. He doesn't have to worry about money for the rest of his life or whatever.
And he's technically speaking normal. He doesn't have to do the hero duties. He doesn't have to
hide. He doesn't have to hide anything. He can just be Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
He can just be Lex Luthor. Like that's what he is.
It's like you said, like they could be good friends because the opposites attract. Like they can relate with each other on some stuff, but then they, this is where they, like, how the world's supposed to be run. They're not going to agree with each other.
But not.
Yeah, because like there's some comic books where Lex Luthor and Superman like make a great team with each other. Like and once again, it's always Lex's fault or whatever. And sometimes isn't there some iterations where Superman, rightfully so, doesn't trust Lex or whatever? Like
situations where you've been terrorizing me my entire like career, and I'm supposed to believe that you turn over a new leaf all of a sudden. Like I don't believe they get out of my face. It's like kind of like one of those things where it's like Lex is
there'll be plenty of scenes where like like that scene in Thor Ragnarok when Thor says to Loki, oh Loki, I thought the world of you, blah blah blah, but it's you're you and I'm me. It's like that place of acceptance, and Loki's just like, oh, like there'll be a scene like that where like Clark goes, hey, that's who you are.
Yeah, because the thing about Clark is he'll give you chance after chance after chance after chance. He always sees the best in you, but like everyone has a limit. Like
what Ross is to Captain America is what Lex will become to Clark.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's like, dude, I gave you so many opportunities. Like I saw the best in you.
I'm all out of them.
I think that's like the difference. And I think that's the difference, like I know not to bring him in here, but like, that's the difference between Superman and Batman. Superman is willing to give you a whole bunch of chances. Batman, nah, screw me over one time, it's over. Like,
yeah, you know where the train is, Talia.
And that's the difference between Superman and Lex Luthor. Superman sees the best in everybody. Lex sees the worst. He sees the worst in Superman and the worst in like every metahuman. He's like, okay, these.
And
these
I think that's what, like, if you're gonna do like the Injustice storyline and stuff down the road, which is like obviously not like anytime soon. Like they'll build, they've got to build the universe up, build the foundations. But when you build
that story,
like, when you build to it correctly and you earn that storyline, like you could really play into the whole Bruce's fear of Superman and Lex and him kind of agreeing with each other. Like imagine 10 years from now, the universe is established, the Justice League is established, the storylines are set. We've had a good few movies in there, a good few team ups, and as we see how, like, you know how like with the Phoenix Saga, Jean Grey is supposed to become more unstable as it goes along, and you see the dark side a little bit more as it goes along.
Yeah,
you start seeing Superman's tendencies increase, and that adds to Bruce's fear. And then when he's like really at a point where Superman does something that's despicable, Lex reaches out to him, and it's like a post. Imagine that post-credit scene of Lex, like 10 years from now, like Lex and Batman of the DCU going, yeah, we might have to take him out.
I could just imagine it's gonna probably be one of those instances where, like, you know, like maybe he's taking on, let's just say Superman is taking on Mongrel or whatever, and like Mongrel like pissed off Superman so badly he beats him half to death, and like the Justice League just sees this for the first time or whatever, and like that's where Batman comes up with the contingency plans to take everybody out. You know what I'm saying? Right there, you can set that up or whatever.
I really like that idea. Like you have increasingly darker villains bringing out the worst in Superman. Like first it's Brainiac doesn't really bring out the worst in him yet, but then you have you said Mongrel, then Darkseid eventually. You know that's coming.
Yeah,
you can have different enemies like Zod and stuff like that. Like increasingly darker villains. Superman has to get darker in order to meet. Superman's basically being corrupted by like the modern world and like the villains he has to fight.
Yeah, like him, and that's where him and Batman are the cornerstone of the universe. Is Batman progressively gets lighter, Superman progressively gets darker.
Yeah,
because if you think about it, because this is where Batman has Damian, and he's like looking out for his kid. Like, yo, I got a kid now. Like,
yeah, exactly that. Like, he'll look at it like, when I was just on this crusade alone, I didn't care what happened to me. You know, and Alfred, I love you, Alfred, but you know, you're at the end. You know, you're an elderly gentleman. We're both you know, it's different.
Dick Grayson is done.
Batman has a moment of like, oh, if Superman goes batshit crazy, I've got Alfred. I've got whoever his love interest is at that time. He's got Damian. He's got Jason. He's got Dick Grayson. Like he's got all these people. Barbara. He's got all these people in his space, and this could be after everything that's happened with Jason, after everything that's happened with Barbara, and he'll be thinking, wow, what if there's a situation where someone doesn't come back? I was lucky enough to get Jason out of what he was in. I was lucky enough to get Barbara out of her situation. What's going to happen when the day comes if I can't get Damian out of a situation?
Yeah, like that could be a really good arc, because I think we talked about this, but just to go into the Batman stuff a little bit, like having Damian be caught between, you got Dick Grayson, who's the good influence, the good son, the one who does everything right for the most part. Then you got Jason Todd, the bad influence.
He's the Anakin. He's the Anakin.
Yeah. I think that'd be like, it's kind of an angel and a devil on the shoulder type thing, where he's kind of being pulled between two different ways. But
speaking of Batman, I was talking to Jacob about this. Like, also James Gunn even said that he's open to fan casting or whatever. He even said that he is open to casting Jensen Ackles as Batman or whatever. And like when I was in that comment section, Darius and RJ and Jacob, people were going all crazy. They said like, Jensen Ackles is too old to play Batman.
He's on the third Robin. He's on the third Robin. Of course, he's going to be older.
This Batman is like, he's younger than Affleck, but older than the rest. So he's probably like early 40s.
He's basically Affleck, but not a killer.
So catch me out. We talked about again.
Dad Batman. Yeah, basically dad.
Oh, so like early today, this is not even on the list, but like, you know, I was just scrolling up and like I was like looking at some more news. Like this is some more breaking news from James Gunn saying that he's open to fan casting too, or whatever, and like he is open to casting Jensen Ackles or whatever. And I think I have no problem with it because he already voices Batman or whatever. But man, that comment section, boy, they were saying like this is like no, Jensen Ackles is too old to play Batman, and I'm like, bruh, like. He was a kid at the time.
I mean,
it's like literally
hold on. Isn't Ben Affleck like 50 now? Yeah. No, he's 51. And like, hold on. How old was Ben Affleck? When did that movie come out? 2016?
He has to know now. Like,
nerd.
Dude, he was 43 in real life. I mean, Jensen Ackles is 45. I mean, now. So,
but then again,
that's like the perfect age to have a teenage son. Like that's like how much. That's how most.
Yeah, like it's. I think people are so caught up in like. I know like Mr. Corrin Sweat and Nicholas Hoult and everything. I know they're young on the younger side, but I think because the Batman
have a veteran,
a bit more of a seasoned Batman because he's on the third Robin. It makes sense for him to be older, and I think you could still get a good 10 odd years out of Batman, and you've got the Bat family, it's you've got lots of potential,
Darius, like me and this other guy were going back and forth. He's saying like he's too old. He wouldn't be able to do any of the stunts. You realize we got stunt doubles for that, right, bro? Like,
we live in the age of CGI as well.
Also, like this is what always happens when they get actors for any role. Oh, you realize that Robert Downey Jr. was well into his 40s when he started Iron Man, right?
That's what I said. I said like, oh no, this is what he literally told me, Darius. He says like Iron Man and Batman are two totally different people. It doesn't count. I'm like, what?
No shit. Of course not. But that's what you said. We got stunt doubles, we got CGI. Not to mention, Jensen Ackles seems like he's in pretty good shape to me. Not an old ass man.
So this is my problem with Batman fans, right? So
you know what I'm talking about? Go ahead.
Let me just.
You guys.
All right, hang on. We're gonna invent a new thing now for when RJ needs to go off on his rants. And per last week, RJ, do you need to cook?
No. I'm having a good day today. I don't need to rant, but what I'm saying is like Batman fans, I love y'all, but I hate y'all at the same time because y'all, I don't know what it is about castings. You guys are so against every casting.
We don't want that casting. Well, tough.
And then like you say you want, like I've seen some Batman fans say they want Jake Gyllenhaal, but it's like, yeah, I guarantee you, if he were to get cast, they'll say no. It's like you don't know what you want. You don't know who's going to be good Batman.
Well, yeah.
No, that's my thing is this. It just saves time.
Danny, they'll say they want somebody for Batman, right? And then let's say if that were to happen, I guarantee you there'll be like
there's gonna be problems.
Like, why is it that we do this every time there's a Batman casting? Let's say fan casting.
Not my Batman.
And I'm sorry, it was worse with Pattinson. And guess what? He shut y'all the hell up.
Like we said,
all you mofos up. Y'all were calling him Twilight Boy. Y'all were calling
glitter face. I'm like, oh my god, he was Cedric Diggory for Christ's sake.
Y'all were calling this man all types of stuff, bro.
Have you ever worked a job in your life where you just work there so you could get a bit of money?
Like I ain't forget. Hey, y'all mofos, y'all were tripping.
You can never please the Batman fans, bro. Like, oh my goodness. Like when Ben Affleck got cast as Batman, oh my good.
That was the second worst. Right?
Ben, the two most entitled fan bases, Batman fans and Spider-Man fans, bro. You cannot please them, no matter what they. No matter, and now I would know because I'm in both I'm in both. I've seen both, and no matter what you do, you cannot please them.
And I had to say, Spider-Man, like a few years ago, I would put Spider-Man fans at like a little bit lower. Now it's tied, bro. It's neck and neck, especially at the like some of these guys.
Who's more toxic? Yeah,
it's an ongoing contest.
Because I guarantee you, if Jason Ackles gets casted as Batman, they're gonna be saying, "No, he's too old. He's too old." I'm like, dude, he's the voice of Batman.
Even the ones that want to be Batman, they'll say he's too old. That's how weird Batman fans are, bro.
So here's what to Batman. This is what you're asking for. You're asking for an actor who's old enough to be the dad of multiple teenagers, basically.
Yeah.
To like early 20-year-olds. But also young enough to do stunts and not look old. You're asking for an actor that doesn't fucking exist. How could that's not a person
what
that exists.
What are your standards and expectations?
It's like I'm like Jason Ackles looks the part of Batman. He got the voice for Batman. He has the. I mean, where's the what do you want in everything? What do you want? What do you want?
Like if you just don't think he's right for the part, you don't think he fits the part. Just say that. Stop hiding behind this old.
Stop
he's
concocting
too old.
BS.
If you don't think he's right for the part, then say that.
Yes, well said, Kristen. Well said.
Disagree.
They don't know what they want.
Oh yeah, Nicholas Hoult. That's what
yeah, go ahead and say your point on Nicholas Hoult.
I love that he's Lex, and I'm just like happy for him because he tried Batman. Robert Pattinson beat him out for that. He tried some
Superman.
Other. He tried Superman. He lost out on that, but now they said, okay, let's bring him back as Lex Luthor.
He also gonna have all the anger. He's gonna have all the anger now. Like,
oh, you know what? He won't even need to pretend to act in Lex Luthor. He'll knock it out of the park just on that alone.
Because have you seen The Menu, Darius?
Yes,
he is an asshole in that movie, bro. He goes places in that movie.
You know what? Offline, we're watching.
Offline, you guys to prepare you guys what you guys gonna get out of him. Watch.
That's a great cast. Anna Taylor-Joy, Ray Fiennes, Nicholas Hoult.
Fantastic movie.
The Menu is really good. But I don't think that Nicholas Hoult gets enough to shine in that movie because of Ralph Fiennes. Like he knocks out the park.
Ralph Fiennes kills it.
Ralph Fiennes, but Nicholas Hoult in that movie, bro, he's a good. I'm like, yeah, you are an asshole, bro. But
no, like I said, like I told Danny, he's like a dick that hides it. He's like pretending to be like this like likable guy, but once that mask comes off, you're like, oh, that's
Lex Luthor. That's Lex Luthor. Like,
will say, make him bald in the movie. Don't have him hair because I don't think that Nicholas Hoult. I want to see Nicholas Hoult bald. I want to see have the bald. Like,
can we just have Lex bald from the beginning instead of having him get his hair shaved? Can we stop having why does it have to be an origin story?
We need to do all that. Like,
why does it have to be an origin story from getting his hair shaved? Why can't he just be bald?
Have me bald like Jeff Bezos, okay?
Yeah, we're not doing Jesse Eisenberg shit.
Oh my god!
You just heard like all the Snyder fans now. Downplay. We hate you, the chosen one.
Adam. We don't mention the legend's name.
I was really rooting for him to get Lex. I was hoping, and I'm glad he got it.
No, like it's good. It's good, and it is better.
All right.
Back to what we were saying. Like Nicholas Hoult. Like
Jimmy Olsen got cast as well.
Now back to Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles cast Ant-Man as Batman. You actually get me excited for Brave and the Bold. Okay.
Also, James Gunn. Can we just
stop talking?
Can we just keep Jimmy Olsen this time, please? Can we not do the whole I'm a CIA agent and he gets shot in the what the hell was that?
I think he's gonna keep it like 100% safe in this movie, bro. I think he has to
See, you can keep it comic accurate. You can respect the characters. You can do all of that. You can do your own thing without fucking over the law.
Yeah, because bro, Zack Snyder. What? What was the point of that?
Wait, what? X.
No, in BVS,
I can hear the keyboards. I can hear the keyboard warriors right now. He talked about Zack Snyder.
Let him come because I pissed him off a long time ago when I said BVS sucks because it does. Anyway, that's what I was saying.
So like who? I mean, BVS does suck. It's a terrible film.
I was talking. Remember that scene where like Lois is in like wherever she is, and then that guy's like, "Yeah, I'm Jimmy Olsen. I work for the CIA," and then he gets shot in the head.
The beginning part. The beginning part. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I'm glad you brought up BVS.
Superman's best friend.
I rewatched BVS the other day. All right, I wanted to give it a shot. You know, I just said maybe I'm missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. You know,
you're not missing anything.
You know, I rewatched it many times, but I just said, you know what? Let me just rewatch it. But I rewatched it, and I was like, yeah, still trash. Snyder Cut's good though, but BVS still trash. I'm sorry, still trash.
The bat is dead.
Don't care what Snyder fans say. You can type in the comment.
You're not getting your franchise back.
It has been
all kind of.
He wants all the smoke.
We want all the smoke, baby. You can call me all kind of.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but you're not getting your franchise back. It's gone. The bat is dead.
Gone.
Like,
and also, it would be helpful if YouTubers could stop doing this. Right, whenever you're doing a video, stop doing this. OMG, Snyderverse is returning. New report. Stop.
It's not happening. Okay, you want to know what's the funny part is? The Snyderverse has returned. It's in Rebel Moon.
Do that for views. It really fucking annoys me. It's like it's not coming back, but you do it because you go, and then people go.
You guys know where the Snyderverse is? It's in the dirt, right next to the Arrowverse. It's dead. Right next to it. They're neighbors.
No. This is what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna let me say this. Listen, the Snyderverse is still alive. It's just at Netflix for Rebel Moon, and I don't think that's gonna be good. I'm gonna give it a chance, but I don't think it's gonna be good.
I'm sorry to say this because I like Zack Snyder as a filmmaker.
Right. No. Okay. So, Ronnie, I don't mean the face expression I was making. I mean the context of what I was reacting to. That's what I mean.
Rebel Moon looks like bootleg Star Wars. It does. I'm sorry.
It looks like a mixture of Halo, Star Wars, and
Listen, I'm gonna put it this way. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but like, if KK don't like it, like, cause he pitched this to KK and everything, you know, Kathleen Kennedy. I don't know, man. I don't think that's gonna be good, bro. Like, I might be wrong, but I'm just saying, dog. Like.
And also, I just don't trust Netflix movies, so that's another thing.
That's another thing. I mean, listen, you know what's the thing about it is? It's like, listen, this is something new. You could get some.
Part two.
How many times have we said, like, let's give new ideas a chance? This is one of those chances. So the best thing we can do is just. Let's see what happens.
Sit back, observe,
I don't think it's gonna be good.
And see.
I'm sorry, but like last time I gave a new idea.
We're gonna find out next. We'll find out December.
We got Army of the. We got that movie, Army of the Dead, whatever the fuck that movie was. And
there you go. Look, it's now an Oreo.
That movie was terrible.
Wait, what movie was trash?
No. The first part of it was so bad, and like Viva Las Vegas. It's like, man, get this out of here, dog.
And you know what's the crazy part? It won an Oscar.
Wait, RJ, you're not a fan?
Fan of what?
Army of the
Viva Las Vegas.
I'm a fan of the song, but I'm not a fan of that rendition of the song.
I mean, I'm like,
but can he just get back doing 300 and like, you know?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, he should stick to like Roman Greek mythology type of movies because that's his bread and butter. Like, if you. That's why I just say, like, I don't believe he did. I don't care what nobody says. Wonder Woman, he was directed that. No offense to Patty Jenkins, but that's all Zack Snyder, bro. Like that's
Wonder Woman.
Sorry, that was Zack Snyder. That was a Zack Snyder film. You can't convince me otherwise.
RJ, you're getting spotted.
What the hell did I do?
I don't know. I've
They
no
can
idea.
come.
They can come.
Hey, RJ, I've got my means of travel now. I'm gonna pull up. Like, we'll fucking.
Yeah, hey,
They're gonna be saying. They're gonna be saying. I knew that RJ has always been a hater. He hates the Snyderverse.
Yeah, I've gone mad.
The face of RJ not giving.
The DCU is a new direction going forward. We move on to pastures new, and
in the Matt Reeves universe,
and whatever else.
In the Matt Reeves universe.
Baby steps. Let's transition to our next topic. Now, Danny, I know you mentioned this at the start of the stream, and the reason we're transitioning now is because I know this particular Kenny here would like to discuss a particular big bit of news that he's been itching to talk about. So we'll get to that soon. We're not there yet. We're talking about a memory lane. I mean, look at this.
Yes, guys. Here. So we are going to be talking about some Marvel memory lane, guys, and we are going to talk about. Would you guys call this a cult classic now, like X-Men 1? Would you call that? Because, like, you know,
I'd say it's definitely in the archives. Like it's.
Are we talking about the second one?
We're going to talk about that.
That's right there.
That's next time.
That's a hey. I'm saying, get it right.
Can we just skip
past
that?
X-Men. So yeah, X-Men 1.
With what movies we're doing.
Anyway, X-Men 1. Like, you know, like
just completely avoided.
What's your guys' thoughts on it?
I love it.
What's your guys' thought on X-Men 1? Like, how do you guys feel about the movie? Did it age well? Did you guys still love the characters? Do you think Cyclops is still a dick? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Bloody awful. Like the scene where Senator Kelly gets converted into a water-based soluble. Jesus Christ. The special effects on that have not aged well whatsoever. And he looks like there's some weird camera shots in this movie. One of which were like Ian standing in the machine, and he's like this, like that. I'm like that. But I
Homo sapiens in their guns.
I do have a soft spot for this movie because it was at the time when superhero movies were finding their footing, and they weren't quite sure what direction they really wanted to be. Halle Berry's accent was
off and on.
She had one of the greatest one-liners in history. Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning? The same thing that happens to everything else.
Who wrote that?
I will say I do love the blooper where Spider-Man appears in the background behind them. That was funny. We've all seen that blooper. That's cool. I think the castings were spot on. Like, they're all casted perfectly. The chemistry between the cast is there. I like the incorporation of Rogue and what angle they were going with her. I think the minerals are really there. It's just like the little things that don't hold up as well, which get addressed in like the second film and they get fixed. But I think this film does have its place. It's definitely not one that I rewatch a lot, but it's good. The soundtrack it's okay. It's not like especially compared to the other movies, it doesn't really hit as the same. And I think from a story aspect, it does do a good job of laying the foundation for these X-Men movies. Like, or at the time, like it does do a good job of it. In terms of what's that rustling? In terms of right. It's tough to talk about a lot of this because then I have to mention Origins. Right.
No, you don't. It doesn't exist. Okay.
Sabretooth in this movie looks like Sabretooth, and then anyway. Ray Park played Toad, did great. Quite weird, bombastic, and stupid. I loved it. There's some disgusting stuff in there where Toad spits stuff at people. It's quite gross. And I like the topic of conversation the social commentary that the mutant conversation always brings up. Oh, keep your politics out of it. Well, the X-Men is a highly political story about people fighting for rights. Like it's in the name. But I think the movie does have its place in terms of it holding up well over the years. I can still watch it. But if you were to show like this movie to a newbie who's watching superhero movies for the first time, they're probably thinking, wow, I've seen trailers of Infinity War and everything. What the fuck is this? You know? But it's good. Like, it's good. It's solid. Like, I like it. I'd say it's a solid 7, you know? For me, it's all right. It's good.
I guess it'd be my turn.
Crickets.
I say X-Men. I think X-Men 1 is still hold. I think it still holds up for what it is, or whatever. It's a mid-2000s movie, right? You know, like the effects.
When I was a kid, I walked into an HMV, you know, the DVD store, and I never saw the first. I saw the second one first. I didn't see the first one, and then I saw on DVD X-Men 1.5, and I'm like, what's 1.5? And I was like, oh, it's got more scenes and all that.
Yeah, that's
what
they used to do. Because remember, I have like Spider-Man 2 point something. I'm like, what? Like, what? I remember seeing. I was like, what the hell?
It just jerks you around. That's all it does. It's just
yeah.
It's like yeah.
And this is one of the only movies where Cyclops is actually Cyclops. For
yeah, he was a total dick in the you know, in the movie.
Yeah, well, stay away from my girl. Sit your ass.
Stay away from my girl. Well, you know that's not gonna happen, right?
Yeah, I've said it before. We don't need to let our cucking fantasies interfere storytelling here. Anyway.
Yeah. Of course, my boy Ian McKellen.
Bang. Bang.
Hey, Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart, two of the best castings in this movie. Like, you know, they are the two best castings here. Like, you know, Michael Fassbender, like, he was great as Magneto. But Ian McKellen, I love that line where he just says, Homo sapiens in their guts. Like, that is... Yeah. You know, Halle Berry, this was like one of her only time of her shining in the movie because, you know, they did her dirty in the last 2 to 3. Lying to her. If you know, you know. They did her dirty, bro. They did her dirty. If you know, oh man, they did her dirty in the X-Men 3, man. Badly. They lied to her, dog. What else is good about this movie? Yeah, and allegedly, like it wasn't even supposed to be Wolverine's story when they began the franchise or whatever. That's what Bryan Singer was saying. But you know, because Hugh Jackman did so good as Wolverine, they got to get those action figures out. So they changed the whole entire thing. It was supposed to be. Then they made it Wolverine and Friends. So you know.
Yay!
So I mean, for me, I thought it was like 7.5 on a bad day. No, 7.5 on a good day, like 7 on a bad day. You know, that's how I feel about it. For X-Men 1, I think it's pretty okay. Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, this movie has not aged well in my opinion. I'm gonna be real. I've only seen this movie twice in my lifetime because here's the thing. Well, maybe more. I could be capping. Shut up. But it's good. Like it's fine.
It's all right. Like
yeah.
Like I mean, it's all right. Like, but it's
all right.
I'm watching it. I mean, it's not X2, that's for sure. But
no, because I mean, Last Stand is. Wait, what? Oh, Karen.
Last Stand's the best out of the 3, of course.
Yeah. Anyway, it like Rogue is pretty okay. Like Wolverine, I feel like the movie kind of focused too much on Wolverine and Rogue in the first part of the movie. Like we could have, they were just like wasting time, to get. I do like how they make it to where where Charles and Magneto are like older. I do like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of different. It's not like a typical origin story, but it's okay. I mean, Cyclops is Cyclops. You know,
don't start that bollocks.
Never with him. But
it's like, you know, I mean, he's a total dick in the movie, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? And he's just playing it. He's comic accurate in this movie. Like,
let's be completely objective here. Wolverine puts his hands on him first. Does Cyclops do anything? No. Am I right or am I right?
Can I continue, please?
Fuck you. How about that?
Oh, clip that. Somebody clip that, please.
Fuck you. How about that? There you go.
But Halle Berry Storm, to me, she gets better as the movies go on. Like,
at least I've chosen a side.
He gets better as the movies go on. Jean Grey. She doesn't really get movies. The downside of them going, you know, making them older, she just dies in the second film, so we don't get that much. Like, she was developing the second movie, and then she just dies. Like, what are we doing? Like, that's the only thing I don't like about X2. But the thing about the first one, like, first X-Men movie, the final battle, I don't like that final battle, man. That final
what? You didn't like the final battle?
Oh, you know the bit where he's walking through the metal detector?
No, I like the concept.
I always find that hilarious. It's just like, prove it. You're a dick.
I like the concept. You just don't like the way it's executed and filmed.
The Statue of Liberty, like the one inside the museum, and the eyes open, like with Mystique, that disturbed me so much as a kid. I'm like, what the? Ugh. And then the fight between Wolverine and Mystique was interesting.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Toad's
yes, it was.
They just wanted to get a little Darth Maul showcase in there. That's why he flipped the pipe up and he went, and then flicked the pipe up and did his little spinny maneuver. I'm like, that's just so they could reference Darth Maul.
Okay, I got one question. Like, when they took, like, when Magneto captured the X-Men, like, did you guys always thought that Wolverine could just break away anyway? Because you know, he could self-heal. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
I also love the whole thing where it's like, you know, they're all trapped up there, they're all stuck, and Magneto, like the whole premise of like what they were going for in terms of in story was good. I think it's just because it's just the time that it was shot.
That is, yeah.
The way it was filmed, it just doesn't hold up as well, and it just looks. I'm gonna be honest. There's parts of it that look fucking awful. Like I love.
Yeah.
Again, it will hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But there's things in there that just don't hold up whatsoever. And then there's like this weird moment where like Wolverine punches Mystique, and she's on the floor, and she's like, I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I'll rewatch Deadpool 3 comes out, but it's like every time I want to watch the X-Men movie, that's like I don't watch the first one.
I don't go out of my way to. I don't mind watching it, but I won't.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I don't say, hey, I'm gonna put on the first X-Men.
My go-tos are X2, First Class, and Days of Future Past.
Those are mine.
Yeah.
See,
those are mine too.
You think it's all about you. That's funny. You want to know why that's funny? X-Men writers at the time, you saying that, oh, you think it's all about you. Well, maybe if you didn't write the whole movie scenario about Wolverine all the time, then perhaps every character and their dog, including Wolverine, wouldn't think it's always about Wolverine. Yeah. Sorry. Passionate rant. I love it.
No, I'm not gonna lie, but I like the
movie, but it's called the X-Men.
I do like the Wolverine, the movie, like when he goes to Japan. When he goes to Japan, I like that one.
In my opinion, when they start doing it for the MCU and they reboot the X-Men properly, you start X-Men without Wolverine. Oh, but I need my Wolverine. No, fuck.
You just had him for 20 years.
I don't care. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Focus on the X-Men. We're getting back to the original intention of the story. We're getting the X-Men.
Oh, he's cooking. He's cooking.
And then you do a spin-off with Wolverine alone, and then you bring him in the second one. Boom. That's what you do for the MCU. Sorry. I just had to get
probably not going to happen.
It's probably not going to happen. But
honestly, it should.
I think it will. I think it will.
It should because
It should.
with Wolverine.
The X-Men can stand without Wolvie. Wolverine is supposed to be a complement to them, not the focus. Like, it's like with Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow is the best character in the whole thing. Agreed? But it's better when he's not the focus.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's the same thing for Wolverine. He's not the focus,
he's not meant to be a main. He's not meant to be a main.
I don't know about the Pirates of the Caribbean bit because sometimes there's other bits where I find it boring without him, without Jack Sparrow. But I know
that, but like literally the first 3 films, when he's on screen, it makes it that much more meaningful. When in 4 or 5, and it focuses specifically on him, it's like.
No, like I agree with you on like the X.
Anyway, we're getting off the point here. The point is, just don't fuck it up for you. Going all the way back, it's the X-Men, and that's what I appreciate. What this movie tried to do is it still had the balance of multiple characters. Admittedly, the villains were about as fleshed out as Will Smith's love life. But
so you didn't like William Stryker?
You ain't gotta do Will like that, man. We get it. We know. Damn.
William Stryker?
Yeah. Oh, funny.
You did that.
You're an animal, Wolverine. Always have been, always will be.
That's the second one. We're not there yet. Oh, there you go, RJ. It's your love interest.
Darius.
Wrong.
What is your thought?
Wrong version.
Oh, okay. So I agree. There are aspects, a lot of aspects, multiple aspects in this movie that did not age very well at all.
Yeah.
Like, as a writer, I can't report. Some of the dialogue is just. I don't believe real people should say these things. I just don't believe people would say this. I'm like, you know what? It feels like I'm watching like a cutscene of like a '90s video game, or like
a game,
really
like
early.
GameCube or something.
I'm like, is this like Street Fighter dialogue? Like, what is like? People don't talk like this. But I mean, as far as the positives, there's a lot. Like you said, like McKellen and Stewart, like they're dynamic. They kill it.
Oh yeah,
all the actors doing a great job. Hugh Jackman's great, of course. It goes without saying. I think this is the last time to give Rogue anything at all interesting to do in this series. Is this movie? They never do anything. The person with arguably the coolest powers in the X-Men. She just doesn't do anything else because they couldn't figure out how to use it.
No, they did Rogue dirty in this franchise.
Because you know why, right? Because they didn't know how to use her powers. They didn't know how to use her powers. Like they literally, she's too powerful. They couldn't figure out how to do it.
Yeah. And also it was like also the studio, because like they literally said that Rogue was supposed to be like the main character for the X-Men movies, but people liked the Hugh Jackman more, so they had to switch everything up. So.
That's my biggest problem with this movie. It basically became the blueprint for how they did the act. They basically just Wolverine's he's a hero. He's gonna save the day every fucking time. Every time, like that's
exactly. Thank you.
Like I love Wolverine, but like Jacob said, Wolverine's supposed to be the newcomer, the outsider who comes in when the group already has. The group already has a dynamic.
Good though, in my opinion.
They already have a dynamic. That's the whole point. Like they're already supposed to be fully formed.
Oh yeah, I agree that like just to what you said there, RJ. They did do that element well.
Yeah,
I think my issue from when they go from here is that the team is nothing without Wolverine.
Yeah, they're supposed to be
team
a world.
So are you saying that Wolverine ends up being the leader, the actual leader of the X-Men?
No, he's not the leader. It's Wolverine. The X-Men are just there. He's just there. There's no X-Men.
And I have to agree. I can't believe I'm about to. I agree with Jacob. They did Cyclops dirty in these movies. Like rewatching these movies, they did. People think Cyclops is a dick in the comics, which is true. Sometimes.
But that's in the comics. I don't give a fuck about the comics. I'm talking about the movies.
But even in the comics, he's not a dick. He's not a dick all the time. I agree with Jacob. They did him dirty, bro. Like he's supposed to be Xavier's best student.
He's the freaking leader, for Christ's sake. Like
he's supposed to be Xavier's. He basically was supposed to be what Leonardo is to the Turtles. He's supposed to be that.
When you look at the character and the character traits, what was set up for the character? Why do all these uber powerful people respond to the one guy that can shoot lasers out of his freaking eyes. It's because it's the content of his character. It's the DNA of who he is and what he represents and what he stands for. And they do nothing with him, and they piss all over him, and they waste him, and they just cuck him for the sake of it.
And I hate it because these movies convince a lot of people that Cyclops is just a bitch and that he's just like they showed a lot of he's not. He's not supposed to be like that. Like if you look at him in like some of the animated series stuff, especially Wolverine and the X-Men, like he's not.
Oh, he's so good.
Not like
the animated series, I'll give you. Like
that's what he should be.
X-Men Evolution. To me, X-Men Evolution Scott is the best one. Like,
see, when I talk about Cyclops, that's my Cyclops, right? That's what I'm talking about, not this cuckoldery BS. You know, where they usurp his leadership, they usurp his. He's not Yamcha.
They basically.
So here's the thing.
Sorry, carry on, Larry. I went on a tirade there.
Before you go on there,
when
they eventually do Cyclops in the MCU, just do X-Men Evolution Cyclops. Don't do comic Cyclops because just do X-Men Evolution Cyclops. Just go ahead.
Just Cyclops.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you guys watch, if you guys go back, watch X-Men Evolution. Like you will love this Cyclops more because he's actually likable. He's likable, like
or even the one from the '90s cartoon. He's not even that bad. Like,
okay,
he's not that.
This is just my hot take. Hot take.
He's not that bad.
Nobody is as bad as some iterations of Cyclops in the comics. Okay,
I've had it, but like, come on.
He's not bad. It's just like.
Go Darius before we start a debate, bro. Go Darius. Go.
Listen, I'm just gonna say this. X-Men Evolution Cyclops is better than 90s Cyclops. There, I said it. Go ahead, RJ. I mean, Darius.
What disagrees? Darius,
So,
I don't disagree.
As I was saying before, I was really interrupted by three people. As I was saying,
hey, this we acknowledge.
Oh yeah. I was going on
This
the
is how
list.
Cyclops feels.
Yeah, I guess I'm the Cyclops of this team because I was getting disrespected, shit all over. Anyway, yeah, that's not my biggest problem with this movie. Like, it's a product of its time. The villains are not developed that well. I mean, you get what Magneto's doing, but like everyone else, whatever. I'm not gonna judge the CGI because I mean it's 2000, so like none of those movies look great. But my biggest problem with this movie is like the dialogue is not great. Some of the fight scenes are not that great. And I don't like the trends that it sets like later on. But like in terms of like a pacing standpoint, it gets what it needs to get done pretty well. Like it doesn't overstay its welcome, but it's not too short either. I do like Wolverine and Rogue's relationship. It never matters again, but it's pretty cool.
That's another thing. Like they spent so much time with it, and like the rest of the movie, it doesn't really go anywhere. It
never comes up again.
But Logan, meet Bobby. That's it. That's their relationship.
I do think
her relationship is with Bobby Drake. Okay, yeah.
I do think that
also Pyro is a different actor in this movie.
That is, yeah, he is. They do.
Hey, if I get the smoke, you get the smoke too.
They should have just focused on the original 6 first. I think, done the First Class way. First Class did it right. I think do the original and then go from there. But I mean, for going with the angle that they did, well, they had to get a big movie star to do it, Hugh Jackman, to sell the movie because people weren't going to go see an X-Men movie in 2000 without a big star attached to it. It makes sense. And also, I just really hate this one line. What did you expect? Yellow spandex? Yes. The fucking black leather suits are fucking stupid. I'm sorry.
20 years.
That's one thing. Say what you will about modern superhero movies or whatever, but at least they're not afraid to let their people wear the comic accurate suits for the most part.
I was gonna say this. Wasn't like oh dang, I forgot. It's gonna come back to me. Go ahead.
Yes, I know he died. Keep on cooking, Derek. I don't need to rub it in anymore.
But yeah, it's just I do like this movie. It is watchable, but like RJ said, when I think of like X-Men, of like Fox X-Men, I think of X2. I think
First
of
Class, Days of Future Past, Logan, Wolverine.
Basically,
Wolverine, Logan. I think of those.
If you think about it, you can form your own trilogy with it. First Class is the first one. X2 is the second one. Days of Future Past is the third one. That's your trilogy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like
You cherry pick your trilogy. It's Fox and Timelines. Don't make sense.
This is still one of the better X-Men movies because it gets a whole lot worse. Trust me, it really does.
It gets yeah. You guys want to talk about
Danny,
messed up
you know
universes?
how when we first met, you know when we did like watch parties back in the day, you'd be like, "Oh, will we be completing certain movies and whatever else?" I have a question: this isn't your turn for revenge, is it? We don't have to do every X-Men movie, do we?
Like, do we get up to?
I'm trying to think of that question that I was coming up with or whatever. Like, you know,
no, Danny, you're not gonna skirt around this question. Are we watching?
I need to know. I'm asking for a friend.
Are we watching 3? Are we watching Last Stand and Origins or not? Because I need to prepare myself, especially for the second one.
You know what, Danny? I think we should.
Hell no.
Just for banter.
Maybe. I don't know. I haven't thought about it. Like, I could die tomorrow.
Bullshit I've been taking the last 2 years for all these Cyclops jabs. If I'm suffering, you're suffering too.
Hey, Cyclops jabs ain't directed towards you.
Okay,
I'm talking about the potential of the damn character.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Last Stand I can tolerate, but Origins is too far, bro. I can't watch that shit. I'm sorry. I can't watch Origins.
Agent Zero is pretty badass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, like Origins. Like when I went to go watch Origins in theaters.
Okay, let's ask the chat.
Origins is an ass movie. I cannot watch that, bro.
Shall we watch Origins and Last Stand?
No. Chat.
You know they're gonna probably say yes.
Double watch party.
Double.
What?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm finna pull it Adam. What?
No, we're doing it. We're doing it live. We're gonna do an Origins and Last Stand double watch party.
There's a vote.
Oh my god.
Hell nah. We're not doing it.
There's a vote. No, there's a vote. It's happening.
Oh man. I think I'm getting the sweet and sour sniffles right now, man. Like, I don't think I can be able to make that stream. Like,
you wanna throw Ghost Rider 2 in there to make it a fucking trilogy? Like, you wanna throw Ghost Rider 2 in there, bro? Like, at that point.
So are we gonna just throw in Morbius too? You might as well throw in Morbius.
Slow down. At least with Last Stand and Origins, yes, they look like hot crap, but I can't sit there for an hour and a half looking at this.
Bro, Ghost Rider 2's camera work is so bad it made me sick. I got sick watching Ghost. I can't like the camera.
Also, by the way, everyone, I just want to preface that I'm only joking. I'm not going to put these guys through a double billing. But it's just funny to think about. There's 8 people that have voted. 62% say yes, bub, and 38% say hell nah. I like how Lisa's reply is just no.
Thank you, Lisa. You got our back.
But yeah, Danny, what was the question that you were gonna say before?
I'm trying to think now, like, because like Darius was cooking so much. Like, I did not want to interrupt him and everything, but he was doing.
So let's try and jog the memory. So we were talking about how we're gonna save Wolverine and whatever else, but focus specifically on the X-Men, like X-Men Evolution route, and like focus on like.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I think the Wolverine. Yes, the Wolverine. Okay, this is going back. It goes back to what I was talking about when we were first talking about James Gunn's Justice League. How you like, because people are going to ask, where the hell is Batman? I think they would have said the same thing Wolverine back in the day if you didn't start out with Wolverine. Yeah. Where the hell is Wolverine? That's how I see it.
Because like you need, because like people associate, because people don't know the comics, they associate Wolverine with the X-Men because of the animated shows and a bunch. And in the comics he is with the X-Men most of the time, but really Wolverine's a loner who bounces around from team to team. He's joined the Avengers. He's joined the Avengers before too. He hangs out with Spider-Man sometimes. Wolverine just kind of goes where Wolverine goes, you know.
Oh, he will. Piss
but
so that's why I just say, like, as much as you guys want that, I don't see the MCU doing that or whatever. I think the MCU is just gonna have Wolverine be with the X-Men.
Yeah, because like I love Tom to pieces, but whoever they cast as Wolverine will be like butch and like man. You know, like he's
Wolverine is.
Wait, what are we talking
It's
about?
gonna be interesting to see what they do with Wolverine, like how to make him different than Jackman.
So I was basically saying that, you know, in terms of like Wolverine and the characters that he teams up with in the MCU or the teams, I know in the comics him and Spidey teamed up quite a bit, but I think with Tom, and like Tom's like a boy, you know, Wolverine is like a man, you know, like it's just them two teaming up. It just doesn't.
That's why it works. You got fire and ice, you know.
Yeah.
Just saying it's all right.
You need to make fun of Wolverine.
And that, I'm trying to think of something else.
Don't give them ideas. They probably will make fun of Wolverine and everything.
Spider-Man.
Does this mean we're gonna get the comic accurate, like
Spider-Man does make fun of
Wolverine?
Wolverine.
5 foot hench Wolverine.
He's the only one that lets him do it. Wolverine only lets Spider-Man do it. That's the only one he lets make fun of.
Isn't like Spider-Man, Wolverine, and Beast are like really good friends or whatever?
Yeah. It's like his best. He's like one of Wolverine's best friends. Yes.
Yeah.
Shout out to Insomniac.
MCU.
I hope. Yeah. Speaking of Wolverine, that game's gonna be awesome.
Insomniac.
But yeah, I'm trying to think of something else.
Wow.
Overall, so you say that the movie's like you like the movie, but like you don't think it's aged well, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think the first Raimi film aged well either. But that's another.
I actually agree. I don't think any of those films age well.
It's just the early 2000s. It's getting to the point where it's like they're great. They're still great. Don't get me wrong.
No one's ready for that.
They're good nostalgia pieces.
Oh no, I'm ready for that conversation. I'm not like
once you take nostalgia out of it, they're good movies.
You know,
I wasn't talking about you, Jake. I talking about just.
But I'm ready for that conversation.
I'm talking about the internet crowd. They're not ready for that conversation. The internet crowd is not.
Oh, okay. All right.
But great. Like, if you talk about today's standards, it's a 7 and a 7.5. For like those standards back then, it's a 9 for those standards.
For the time, yeah. For the time it was in. But that's where context is important.
You know
the bit.
I remember watching this in theaters though, like when the first X-Men dropped. I was like,
and then they dropped to like skeletons. The CGI on that is
it's just because like you don't believe at the time you don't think there'd be anything better than this. And now that we've seen better than that, it's like
and also the writing has evolved too. How you write dialogue.
Yeah, like back then it was very very cheesy dialogue. Like it just is like. I will destroy you.
It's so mid 2000. It's so mid 2000s, bro. It's so mid 2000s.
Because it's trying to be in the 2000s.
Yeah.
This is where we're at.
But
why is my screen like this?
You made it that way, didn't you?
No.
I do like the movie a lot. It is something I do plan to do like a big rewatch before Deadpool 3, like all the good Foxverse movies, not all of them because I can't watch.
Mystique is hot in this. What was that?
She is, but she's crazy.
Yep.
What's her name? Rebecca Romaine. Oh yeah.
Rebecca Romaine. So, yeah, Rebecca Romaine. Nice nobody.
Also, Famke, Superior Jean Grey. She's the
back in the day.
Oh, that's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you?
Yeah, that's still funny, but unfortunately, that cannot happen today. They cannot make that joke today.
That can't happen today. Oh well, we're not changing it, okay? The physical media, baby. We're not taking it out.
Oh man. Now let's transition to the final topic.
Let's transition.
I know we'll be here for a hot minute, but X-Men still holds a place in all of our hearts.
Yeah,
and it will always be there. I have one question for you all. Do you know what happens to a toad when it's struck by lightning?
The same thing that
happens to everything else. There was like 3 changes in that one line of dialogue.
It becomes a Mitch.
Right. Okay. Before we go any further, I just want to preface this. Yo, what's crack-a-lacking besides my back that's cracking? What's up, Frankie? How are you? That was Miguel. Miguel. Damn. RJ, please usher us into this final segment by letting it all out of your system. But before you go any further, I don't know what I was going to say then. Carry on. Continue.
What is going on? That's what I really. It's just every week there's something, just something with either one of
let him cook.
You know, we thought for the longest that we were safe with Cobra Kai. We were safe.
We're not safe anymore.
We're not safe at all. Damn it! And I'm even worried for the boys for the future. Okay, because this shit right here. Okay, the creators themselves, right? Now, first off, if you don't know, people in the chat, Jackie Chan's coming back as Mr. Han in the new Karate Kid film with Ralph Macchio, Daniel LaRusso, and I guess they're teaming up. I don't know what's going on with the film, but yeah, but it's just
what the fuck? Yo, what the hell is going on?
But no, I'll let you know. But no, okay. Anyway, so the creators themselves, John Hurwitz. Well, John Hurwitz said this. He said this in 2020 or 2021.
Fantastic.
He does a Q&A every now and then, and one of the fans asked, "Does the Karate Kid 2010 Karate Kid film, Jaden Smith one, does that take place in the MIYAGIVERSE?" And he said, "No, that's a separate universe." He said this. The creator, one of the creators of Cobra Kai, said that it took place in different universe. So why is this happening? I, for the life of me, do not understand why this is happening. I don't understand why it needs to happen. And it's filming in March, April, whatever. Cobra Kai season 6 starts filming in January.
Shit.
So, like, this is going to coincide with I'm sure they'll make it work with Ralph's schedule. But my problem with this is that why can't it just be like, could you at least like done this after season 6 was done filming? Could you?
I thought exactly.
But even if I didn't, even if we just had to let this happen, could you at least wait till after season 6? Like,
that's all I ask.
I have a big worry about not just this. I don't think this movie's going to be good. I'm sorry, I just don't think it's going to be good. They're casting.
Not being negative.
Okay, I'm just being realistic.
Yeah, it is the correct answer.
But it is what it is.
Cigars, anybody?
Woke up this morning, got yourself a gun.
Okay, but here's the thing. Why I'm just so confused. Like it just feels like they're not taking this movie seriously because they're any person could get the role of the new Karate Kid. Like it's open casting calls. Like you would think they would just send it out to like people in Hollywood, people that actually. I mean, I guess it's cool for whoever who gets it, but I'm just saying, them doing that tells me that they're not taking this movie seriously upon trying to merge versus together. So it's just like, and then they're filming next year in March, and it's like
that's a problem.
Movie got announced before the strikes, and then it comes out in December of next year. So it's like, how? Like, what are we doing here? Like, why is it coming out the same year as it's filming? Like, this is going to be an hour and 27-minute movie. Like, what is going on? And I just don't trust this movie. I know there's people that are going to say, yeah, the big three are involved. They sent notes out. Yeah, I saw that report. But that doesn't mean anything. Kevin Feige sent out notes to Sony about doing TASM 2. Sony literally, people don't know this. Sony literally approached Kevin Feige about TASM 2, and they ignored every single thing that he said. Ignored everything that he said. And guess what? Look how TASM 2 turned out. So it doesn't matter if the big three are working on it. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter if the big sent notes out to Sony and to whoever is working on this movie. It does not matter because who knows? Maybe they'll listen, maybe they won't. But the point is, I'm worried about season 6.
Probably not going to happen.
I am worried about season 6 because I'm all about, like, when it comes to a show approaching its end, show or movie, whatever, I just want to let the creators create their vision and tell their story. I just hope that Sony doesn't just get involved and say, "Hey, do this for the final season," like shove this character in. Like, no, it's just I don't know. I'm just very concerned. I'm still excited, but this news kind of brought my excitement down for the final season of Cobra Kai. If I'm being honest, I'm just really concerned about it.
Yeah, I'm in the same camp with you, bro.
Same.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be a negative. No, I'm still here, Abbas. I'm just resting my legs. I don't want to be a negative like Nancy and shit, but I want to look on the positive side of things way more than not. I think it's just there's so many
But
concerns.
let's look at the objective.
And if you look at, we're looking at the probability, what's likely, especially when you look at the company we're talking about. Like, it's this company has a proven track record for fucking shit up.
Yep. Let's look at it objectively.
Another thing, you know.
Another thing is like this.
Please be wrong. I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong. Please let me be wrong.
Another thing, I don't know if this movie is going to be financially successful either. Like, I understand. I know the Karate Kid fan base goes back to the 80s. I get it. But it's like,
I think it will. It's got Jackie Chan. Like, it's.
I mean, yeah, but it's like.
But some people could tell when it's a blatant crash grab.
The marketing
Cobra Kai's kept the name relevant. It'll make money, and I'm not concerned about that.
I'm not. It'll make money. I mean, anything can make money, but it's like making money it's supposed to be.
It's not gonna be like $1 billion or nothing crazy.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying.
As long as I'll put it this way: as long as they don't try to make it like a $300 million movie, keep it like under like 50 million, then they should make its money.
If it's a reasonable budget, which it should be, I mean, it's Karate Kid, so like they shouldn't.
I'm just saying, with the plot, like the plot just doesn't sound like the rumored synopsis. Like it's just,
it feels very vague to me. It feels like are we doing the same thing that we've done before? But also, I think for me, when you look at the styles, we're merging karate with kung fu.
Yeah, that's another. Also, why is Daniel? Why is Daniel in Brooklyn anyway? Why is Mr. Han, who lives in China, in Brooklyn? Like, what's how does this story happen and why?
And then what will be is what happened post the first Karate Kid film with Jaden and whatever. What happened with that?
Yeah.
Then there's more questions. Then we get a spin-off.
This is why I've always said after season 6 of Cobra Kai, I just want it to end. I just want it to end. No more.
Yeah,
no more.
well, that ain't gonna happen anymore.
Like,
ain't gonna happen no more.
Here's another thing. Let's say if you
There's
do
gonna be spin-offs of everything now.
Let's say you do spin-offs after season 6. Like, you have to get people to watch. Like, the MIYAGIVERSE isn't the MCU. You have to sell people on the idea that you can watch a spin-off without Ralph and William Zabka and Martin Kove and all the OGs. Like, you might not be able to. Like, some people want like a Dimitri and Hawk. I don't want a Dimitri and Hawk spinoff. What the hell would they do? Like
Binary Brothers.
I mean, like a Miyagi prequel. That sounds cool, but like, what? I just
Would
don't.
You guys really watch a? Will you guys really watch a Sam and Tori spinoff? I couldn't do it. Like, be honest with you. As much as I love Peyton and I love Mary,
just because they work as characters,
I would watch it because I'm a fan. But it's like
if there's anything we've learned from current MCU right now, just because we like the characters, that does not mean it's enough to retain our attention for an hour, 2 hours, revolving around a particular set of characters.
There's so much competition when it comes to media.
Look, some characters are better in an ensemble, not a standalone.
Yeah.
Their characters are designed in such a specific way where, yes, we love Dimitri and Eli to pieces, but the reason they work so well is they complement the characters they're around. When you remove the other characters, what are you gonna do?
I was gonna say, I want to hear what Darius has to say about this. Because I haven't heard Darius' point of view.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Shut up, RJ.
I just I don't get like why actually I do get why Sony's doing this. It's because it's pretty clear Karate Kid IP is more viable now than it's been since the 80s when the first came out. So you gotta strike while the iron's hot, so to speak, which does, to be fair, make financial sense. But I've made it pretty clear as a creative, I don't give a shit about financial sense. Not my business. I don't care. From a story perspective, it's complicated season 6 in a lot of ways. Does it happen before? Some people say it might be before Cobra Kai, like in general. Like it might be like during that time period before Cobra Kai even takes place, like in between Karate Kid 3 and Cobra Kai season 1 at some point we just didn't see. Which, if that's the case, why the hell did Daniel not call Mr. Han to help out with Cobra Kai?
That's what I'm saying. You gotta explain that.
And if it's not the case, does it happen after season 6? Does it happen during season 6? Is Daniel going to be like, hey, I'm going to Brooklyn for a few weeks at some point in season 6? Why the hell would he do that? When training for the Sekai Taikai. Is he in Brooklyn to recruit somebody for the Sekai Taikai? Why is Mr. Han, who lives in China, in Brooklyn? What do we do? Like, how are they going to come across each other? Like, is Jaden Smith going to be there? Is Daniel going to bring anyone with him? Can he mention Cobra? Can he mention the events of Cobra Kai? Or is that like a weird thing where he can't talk about that because they don't know where it fits in the time? There's just so many questions that like needlessly create. Like this didn't need to happen. And if it did, like RJ said, do it post season 6. So you can be like, hey, this happens after Cobra Kai. Like, so that way it doesn't mess the timeline up and it doesn't create these problems. But
our worst fears have came because we all said last week we do not need the spinoff to the spinoff.
Just to be fair, there is a world where this movie comes out and it's good. It's a good movie. It gives fans what they want. Because like I'm not gonna lie, like there is a small part of me when I saw Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio, like it's cool. Like it's cool, man. Like it's Mr. Han.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a Karate Kid fan, is it?
No, go ahead. My bad. My bad.
It's fan service. I mean, it's fan service. Like, there's a small part. Even like us who are like we're more negative about it than most people are being. Like, it was still cool to see, regardless. And there's gonna be some, even if the movie's shit, there's gonna be some fun moments in it. It's because we like Jackie, we like Ralph.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some fun moments. But
the other day, like I'm happy for Jackie Chan. Like I am happy.
Yeah,
me too. He's doing this. Rush Hour 3 is probably going to happen. Like he's.
I think Rush Hour 3 already happened.
4.
I mean Rush Hour 4. My bad. You got it. Rush Hour 4. I lost track. Shit.
See, this movie made you so mad. You starting to like repeat old franchises.
We're forgetting what part of the timeline we're in. Fuck.
Yeah, it's just yeah, I just like I don't get why like this needs to happen so soon. Like, why does it have to come out next? That's the production of this movie doesn't make any sense. So you don't have they're looking for a main actor right now, which means they don't have a cast complete, which means like, bro, you gotta get it into high gear because you wanna shoot by what, like beginning of next year, and you want to get it done by December. That's like 6 months, 4 months, 6 months of post production, which is not ideal. That's not great. Usually you want 10 to 12. You want 10 to 12 for post on big blockbusters. So you've already working a compressed time frame. Like, I mean, it is not going to require any CGI or anything like that. It's Karate Kid, but like, it's just not. This just screams like, hey, we have this available time slot next year. Let's use it on this. Like, I just don't want this franchise. It was in a good place. I don't want it. The last thing people see of Cobra Kai, I mean, Cobra Kai Karate Kid franchise to be a mid-final season and a bad movie, because that's a very real possibility of happening now. Not saying it will happen.
An oversaturation of many different things.
Yeah.
But it could. Even if the movie's good, that leads the door open to there can't just be a good thing now. You have to milk the good thing when it comes out. So it was to say there won't be another Karate Kid movie and more spinoffs, and then we end up in a place
you
where
get a spinoff and you get a spinoff. That's why nothing's off the table anymore. You could get a Chong and Robin spinoff if they wanted.
Technically, this would be what, Karate Kid 5?
Technically speaking.
7.
Well, technically 6. Technically 6. Technically 6, because if you count the Jaden Smith one, that's 5. So, like, I don't know. This.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't know if a Karate Kid narrative works in the modern day, because Cobra Kai is already that. So, like,
you're just going to tell the same story again.
That's another thing. Okay, to add on to your point, let's say that this leads to spinoffs or whatever. Especially if we think that season 6 is going to end. Oh God, please no! I don't need any more.
Yeah. You got to definitely shout out to Adam on that part, because like Adam said, like, who's gonna be the enemy, and then I just said, like, that means that
confidence and I didn't mean, sorry to cut you off, RJ. Like
I've been cutting off Darius. My fault, Darius. I've been
full confidence in the creators for fulfilling their vision and doing what they want to do. Like, I don't want to spread misinformation and create paranoia. All the creators aren't going to get to do what they want to do. No, I have full confidence that they'll get to do what they want to do. However, there could be instances and situations where Kreese's character is at the end of his arc, and Sony say, hey, hold on a minute here. We were thinking about doing a show about this. We might need him to stay alive.
That's the issue that I have. Okay, here's another thing, right? Regarding Cobra Kai, as much as we love this show and talk about it weekly,
Cobra Kai never dies.
It's not sustainable to last like years to come. It's a very simple formula. Like,
it's not like it's timeless, but it can't be made again and again and again.
And also, let's say that Cobra Kai, like, we're going on a world tournament. How do you top that? I don't know. You don't.
You don't.
So you don't.
The thing is that, let's say that if it ends, right? What do you have after Cobra Kai ends? Like, what the hell do you have? It makes no sense.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I hate it. No. Hold on. I really can't fucking stand it. When we're at the end of the show, and they're like, do you know what's a great idea just before the penultimate season? Hey, we've got these two legends and icons from the brand teaming up. Why are you doing it mid-film? Why are you doing it right now?
It's just like I said the other day.
One of two things.
Son of a bitch.
One of two things are going to happen. Either
it really annoying. It boils my piss. I'm sorry.
There's going to be one of two things here. Danny knows what I'm talking about. It's going to be like those weird anime movies that no one knows are canon or not, where it's like it could happen during the series, may not.
Yeah.
Or it's
the Pokemon movies, basically. Yeah. Pokemon movies.
The Pokemon movies.
No, I was going to say this. Yeah. I was going to say this. Like, go check out the last stream that me, Jacob, and Adam did, and RJ's cameo that we did on, was it like Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday or whatever. But I said this. I said, like, that means that you basically just told us that Terry Silver wins at the end. Because, like, who is going to be the enemy?
We've got all these spin-offs. We've got all these great characters. No. You don't need to kill this character off. We can have 50 freaking shows about it.
If Cobra Kai wins again, I'm done with this.
I swear to God. We were talking earlier on about ruining Cyclops. If you dare get to that Sekai Taikai tournament and Bobby is not holding that trophy, done.
Jacob, you know what might happen? It's Robbie in the finals again, right? Robbie loses the finals again.
No,
I swear to God, no.
Sorry.
Nah, don't put that energy out there.
If he loses again,
I'll walk away from this show.
This whole show was worthless. It means nothing. You've Game of Thrones
the best arc on the entire show.
You Game of Thrones that you've completely pissed all over the show.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Could you just imagine, like, because I even told Jacob.
Sorry, I haven't finished. Like, what? Do you remember what I said? Sorry to cut you off, and then you can carry. Just so I can say this little thing. Do you remember what I said about how the original scene could have been Johnny and Robbie celebrating together? Johnny gives the trophy to Robbie, echoing when he gave it to Daniel in the first film, and it's a moment between father and son, and it's beautiful. We're all crying. It's brilliant. And Sony go, hey, we're not doing that. Jaden Smith passed the trophy. In comes Jaden Smith with his 50 million weird haircuts, coming in, handing the trophy over to Robbie. Here, previous second.
Congratulations, man.
Here you go, Robbie. You've ruined the scene. You just tanked the scene completely. You took all the emotional value that was in the scene. You have just sucked it out of there like a Dementor from Harry Potter. That's what you've done.
I got two predictions. I think we're gonna get two post-credit scenes. You're gonna get one with Jackie Chan, and you're gonna get one with Terry Silver. Like, I'm telling y'all,
this is the problem. Here's the thing.
I don't want it.
You have another karate gang war, another dojo. Like, what the hell is this? Bubbles.
Okay,
yeah, but
here's the only way you can fix this. Okay, this is gonna be kind of weird, but here's what I would do. You have it take place after Cobra Kai and be disconnected from Cobra Kai. It's just like Daniel's side quest. It has nothing to do with Cobra Kai. It's just
Daniel's side quest.
This happened at some point after Cobra Kai, which is gonna be weird because it's probably gonna come out before Cobra Kai season 6. So you can't give anything away. But we know the good guys are gonna win, probably. So just have it be like, oh yeah, one of my students won the world tournament. I'm not gonna tell you which one because that would spoil the season, but I can't tell you which one because that would spoil the season. Yeah, one of my students won.
Yeah.
Or two of my students won, maybe. I don't know.
Here's the thing though. He can't even say that because that'll spoil. Like, that'll spoil.
I'm not trying to put paranoia out there. I'm not trying to put the energy of all these terrible things are going to happen out there. Like, I want to be wrong. I do. It's just it's the company that it's stemming from.
Just make it non-canon. Make it what if movie.
I doubt they're gonna. They're too incompetent for that.
They've got a whole universe for Spider-Man villains. That's what if.
It's still kind of weird to do that, though.
I mean, it's the only way to fix it.
All right, hang on. So Roddy says that none of that's happened. Sony only owns the rights to the movie.
No, they don't. Not true.
Not true. They own the whole entire IP.
They own the whole.
When you look at an episode of Cobra Kai, what logos come out? That's what I'm saying.
Like Sony Television. Sony.
Yeah.
Wait, you see
that? Okay, you're half right.
They own the movies and the television show, bro. Like, yeah.
Right. Sony Pictures. Okay. Sony Pictures and Sony Television, two different divisions. Sony Pictures is not Sony Television. They're different, but they're the same company.
They're different, but they're run by the same guy. And if that same guy wants it, if that same guy wants that movie to happen, it's gonna happen.
There it is, bro. No, because
Sony. Okay, it is Sony TV. Sony TV is a lot better than Sony Pictures. Sony TV made like Breaking Bad and Cobra Kai and shit like that. But like, it's still they have the same boss.
The thing is, the thing is, like, it's Sony. Like, Sony going to Sony. But like it, yeah. And here's the thing. Breaking Bad, as great as it was, if Sony wanted to, they could have said, "Hey, we're making a Breaking Bad movie."
They could still do it too.
Technically, they did.
Yeah.
Well, technically, they did do that.
no, but you get my point though. Like they did.
Yeah.
But it's like it. No. The DVDs have
DVDs. The way it works is this. Okay, so there's Sony Pictures and there's Sony Television. Sony Television produces Cobra Kai. Sony Pictures produces Sony movies, but they're like
they're still the same thing.
They're all
this
Sony.
This is a try not to laugh challenge.
The thing with the boys, Amazon doesn't own the boys.
They just distribute or whatever.
They just put it on the platform there.
Oh
yeah, I know
like,
they made out.
But like Sony,
it's a great movie.
Like, in general, like they have the same boss. It's basically like Disney and Marvel. Like Disney owns Marvel, but Marvel like is in Disney. Like
they have to report at the end of the day. Both divisions have to report to that one person, their CEO. And if the CEO wants that movie to happen, well, I'll put it this way: if the going business side, if the investors want this movie to happen,
you got a good setup here. Where is it? You got a good setup. Where is it?
It's just good business.
It's so basically like the way this probably played out is Sony Pictures.
You're on mute, Dan.
Sony was like, hey, all right, Karate Kid IP is popping off right now. We need to make a movie off that. They went down to Sony Pictures and were like, hey, don't worry about that Cobra Kai season 6 stuff. Y'all make this movie. Yeah. Talk to the big three if you need to, and figure it out. Make it happen.
The catalog, they were going through the catalog or whatever. Like, the CEO probably said, yo, investors, I got another thing that could probably make us some money and everything. Basically, what I was going to say is if the investors want it, they're going to tell the CEO. And the CEO wants it, guess what? The lower peasants of, like, whoever's in charge of those areas, they got to do it. And, it is what it is. Also, like,
I went to, like, the Sony studio.
Shame on you.
Huh?
Just shame on you, sir.
Listen, okay.
Take a pitchfork and a torch and burn the place down.
No. Anyway,
actually, don't do that because then you get arrested, and I'm not endorsing violence.
But no, like, I want to edit out. Anyway, what I was saying was they had Breaking Bad stuff on there, and this is it doesn't matter. Like they had Cobra Kai stuff, Spider-Man stuff, like they all falls in the same thing.
It's all theirs.
It's all theirs. Like it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and put it this way: we've seen in the past if Sony wants something in something, or they want something to do, like
they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it. Like it. And also, I find it so fitting that they announced this before the final season. The shooting schedules are right next to each other. It's so they can have a Jackie Chan setup scene. I'm calling it now. It's going to happen mid-season. Yep. There's going to be an episode where Daniel and, Ralph and Jackie are sitting there having a beer over a barbecue and talking about it. And then it sets things up. Or the Sekai Taikai will be happening and Jackie will be in the audience and Jaden will be sat there. The previous Sekai Taikai winner. Those theories about the Jaden being the Sekai Taikai winner from the previous year, they're not wrong now. That's probably legit. It probably is.
That might be true. Honestly,
he might be the previous winner.
Because the thing is, thanks a lot, Sony. Now we got it. Guess what? You know how we used to make fun of these Cobra Kai theorists? We thought they weren't credible and anything. We literally had chats making fun of these people. Oh no, but now they got the last laugh. They're laughing at us or whatever. So like. Thanks a lot on that one, Sony. You made people look smart now.
For 2 years, we've been doing this. For 3 years, I've been YouTubing away, right? Like with this YouTube game with Cobra Kai. You have now given so much material. Many people out there who are never going to go away. That's it. Round of applause. Round of applause. Come on, let's give him a round of applause. Come on. That's it. Well done, Sony. Great job. Not only are you butchering every single one of Spider-Man's villains, you're gonna piss all over them.
I just
God,
this just
I got a
desperation.
This is it. This is the best way to describe it. The Pandora's box that is now opened. Dare I say it? We could get.
I don't even know who Pandora is.
Of Amanda and Jessica on a day out. Nothing's off the table anymore. Like there's no end.
I don't know who Pandora is or what boss she came from. Like,
That was.
All I'm gonna say is I tried to warn you guys about Sony. I really did. I tried to warn you.
No, I actually blame us because we were all saying the week before, it's great to have a pop culture space where we can trust the creators and we don't have to worry about anything. Look what happened. We were talking positively about Scream and how great that's going. Look what happened. Like it's. I feel like we just jinx stuff.
How can I ruin your favorite franchise in 5 seconds? That's all Sony looks at. Like,
please.
And like I said, I really hope we're being dramatic. I hope the movie.
I really hope so. I'm an actor, so it makes sense.
I hope we all have to eat our words, and the next year.
Again, this is one of those instances, people. I want to be so
wrong.
Please prove me wrong. Please, I don't want to be right. Unlike people on this platform, I don't get high off of being right. So,
because here's the thing, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there to see the movie. It's Karate Kid. I like Jackie Chan. I like Ralph. I'll be there. It's whatever. I'll be there.
I'll be there. Opening my hell.
We'll be there.
Well, I don't know.
You'll be there.
I don't know if I go that far.
I will.
I'll be there.
But as much as I hate to give money to this company, and trust me, I really do hate to give money to this company. You have no idea how much I hate this.
Hey,
you really don't.
That's why I didn't go see movies in theaters.
Well, consider yourself lucky because I was forced to.
All the bad movies: Last Stand, Origins Wolverine, Ghost Rider 2. We get Morbius, and we just do a big watch party. We just watch all the bad movies in one.
Yo ho ho ho, Pirates Life for me.
Some people missed the holiday special.
Yep.
I sure did. I had business that week.
Yeah, you had business that week.
First time watching
did.
That was Evan's introduction to Star Wars, the holiday special. I said, this is not an accurate representation of what
I really hope that this is. I really hope this isn't as bad. I really hope they push it back for one. It is not making that December release date. Please don't try to do that, Sony. Good God, don't try to do that.
But you know they're gonna do it though, Darius. You know they're gonna do it.
With Sony, if they want to,
this Sony doesn't make sense. Sony pushed back Craven by an entire year for no goddamn reason. They're not gonna push back. They're not gonna push Cobra Kai back. I mean, Karate Kid back. Like, why? Why is Craven pushed back an entire year for no reason? But
yeah, that's the point.
But also, they've shot themselves in the foot more so because the Craven in the Spider-Man game is badass as hell. The one in the movie looks like trash. Carry on, RJ.
Here's the thing.
That's what they do.
Here's the thing about this company.
Sony.
Y'all
got a headache.
I think
breakfast time in an hour.
I think there's a big reason why they're putting it in December. Like, I think there is
Christmas.
If Cobra Kai, I don't think it'll come out next year. But if it's a 2-parter, if part 1 comes out in December, then we already know what's happening.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So December of next year. Yeah. If they have a 2-parter and part 1 comes out.
Oh god, it's gonna end on a cliffhanger with fucking Jackie Chan. Oh my god.
No.
Please,
no. They're gonna have a Dwayne Rock Johnson type scene where Jackie Chan shows up at the end and goes, jacket on, jacket off. Cut to black.
Oh my god.
Dude, can you just see like it's like right before the tournament and then they just cut it right off? Can you just see them like being off the like it's almost about to be the tournament and like they close that part and then Jackie Chan is like the post credits.
This is what I'm worried about. It's not so much about the movie. The movie can be whatever it is, okay? I've been burned by movie studios before. Just please don't interfere with season 6. That's all I ask. Please leave it alone. Please don't touch it. Please.
But here's the thing. If it didn't have anything to do with season 6, they wouldn't make it. So why are they making it? Like there has to be a reason.
That's my point. Like the fact that they're putting it this movie out. I think that they're trying to meddle at this with the show.
I hate to say it, I won't mention the person's name or whatever, but just because the big three support it doesn't mean that they like it. Like, it's called PR, my friend. Like, if they don't support it, we don't get season 6. That's basically what it is. I'm just saying, like,
Oh boy. Anyway, but what I'm saying is, like, it's the same. Like, I feel like we need to get these questions answered, for one. Number two, I feel like there's a strength. You know why he did that, Danny. You gonna know. The fact that they are trying to rush this movie out.
Sources.
And we're gonna get these questions answered, but I don't think we're gonna like the answers. Yes, but my point is, anytime
sound like Jack Sparrow right there. I don't think I like this.
I don't like this either, but I'm just saying that it's weird how they're trying. Everything about this movie is weird. They don't want to. They're just saying, "Hey, anybody could be this character," and then
they're marketing it well. Ready?
They're looking for a young Chinese kid that knows how to speak Mandarin, like 17 years old, right?
They typed in Karate Kid on YouTube and they saw the most watched clips that were uploaded 2 months ago have 5 million views, and they thought, "Yep, movie."
I mean, I just find it. Why don't they want to like actually put like a casting call to actual act? I just don't. I mean,
thank you. Hello.
And why
they're trying to get that?
Why do they have a date in mind before they have a cast?
They're trying to get that Chinese money.
Rushing it out the door.
They're trying to get that Chinese money.
Something is wrong. What is going on? What is going on?
Like I said, we're no longer in the hands of Sony Television. We're in the hands of Sony Pictures now, boys. And
now it's like this is the real.
We know how that goes.
I can't say what I was about to say. I can't say.
Like, I was gonna say this. Do you think when they gave the big three that contract for Cobra Kai, they probably had something in like small little print that they could not see and everything, and just say like, yeah, we could take over this thing anytime that we want to. So
Also, I'm assuming this is theatrical, right? Like, this will not be a Netflix thing, right?
It's gonna be theatrical.
Yay!
Jackie Chan doesn't do. Does television. He does movies. He's a movie guy.
Yeah, but no, hey Jackie, to set this movie up, we need a stinger scene. We need a post-credit scene or something here.
People hating on Ralph, bro, don't.
Yeah. Okay, Ralph. I get it. And I think
even if Ralph did it for money, then fine.
Yeah,
get your money.
He's earned it.
Yeah,
he is the franchise at this. He's
still the Karate Kid
franchise.
We don't have any of this without him and Pat Morita. So
yeah. And I hear what other fans are saying, like like Ralph will try to keep the character, like the sanctity of the character. Yeah, like we're dealing with Sony here, though. Like I don't.
All I'm gonna say is that Andrew Garfield tried too, and we see what they did to him. So
yeah, there you go. I don't disagree. I don't disagree whatsoever. But when it's one person against a company of suits, when it's just you going, "Hey, let's uphold someone's legacy," and there's like imagine if I'm here and I'm like, I want to uphold someone's legacy, and the three of you are like, "Yes, we have that intention. That intention is pure. We have it in the purest of heart." However, we do think it would be really great if we did a flashback scene of whatever. Like they'll do stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there is a lack of experience. When people say these things, they clearly haven't worked a day in their life. When you're dealing with people in suits, they do not care. Nothing is off the table. They will use every emotional heartstring against you they can to get what they want. They do not care.
I'm just gonna say this. I have been in the business. I have been in the business world. I've been in the sales world. It is in streets. Listen.
He took the glasses off.
They do
Listen. These people don't care. Suits do not care. They don't care about your feelings. They don't care. They'll kill you. They'll self-delete your own parents for you and everything. They'll self-delete their own parents for you just to get $1, bro. I've seen it. Like, it's cold-hearted, man. They don't care. So yeah, they probably wrote Ralph a check that he probably could not resist. But I'm telling you right now, you're dealing with Sony Pictures right here.
Yeah, this
unmute.
Sony Pictures is. Let me tell you, they have the same boss. The Sony Pictures is not Sony Television. That's what I'm gonna say. Not the same. Sony Pictures.
Sony Pictures does not care. They probably told Ralph like, "Hey, we promised to protect Mr. Miyagi's legacy. We promise that we won't change anything."
Right, the same company that said there will never be more than one live-action Spider-Man at a time. As soon as Spider-Verse released, right? As soon as Spider-Verse released and they saw the cheddar cheese flowing in, they were like, multiple Spider-Man money. No Way Home happened. As soon as there's guaranteed money or results, the previous thing they said holds no credibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember they said
we can't have more than one live-action Spider-Man at one time. Yet you've got one showing up in this freaking Madam Web dumpster fire. You've got 3 currently. You've got Miles in many different versions. You've got all these different animated forms. Milking the others dry until the cow's on fire.
Also, live-action Spider-Man Noir show, live-action Silk show, all the shit. Like,
are you guys sure that you want those? Like, by the way, I'm just saying, it's like
it might not happen apparently.
Might not happen anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, thank Christ.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying, like, that's just how the business world is.
Okay,
it's cool. It's cruel. It doesn't care about you. It's cutthroat.
If it was any other company, if it was literally any other production studio, I'd be at least a little excited. Even Disney and Warner Brothers.
Disney
even Disney and Warner Brothers. Hey, they have their problems, but at least like they haven't done what Sony's done. They haven't done that yet. At least they somewhat
listen to fans sometimes.
It's probability. It's probability. What is likely? This is coming from the same
likely thing supposed to happen.
We will never have more than one live-action Spider-Man, and now they want multiple Spider-Man everywhere, Spider-Women everywhere, different versions everywhere, because it gets the money.
Spider-Man everywhere except in Venom. He can't be in that for some.
Exactly, he can't be in Venom though, can he? No, because they've got
glad he ain't in Venom. I'm glad he ain't in that.
So again, it's not like this is just it's just because they're messing with the finale of a show. No. It's from the same company that shoved Venom into Spider-Man 3, forcing Sam Raimi to change things. It's the same company that pissed all over Andrew Garfield and kicked him out the door. Arguably the one who cares about Spider-Man the most.
Oh, guess what Sony's doing now? They're trying to make that Sinister Six movie again. They're trying.
Go away, man!
They're trying again.
Okay, let me see.
What did I say? Venom versus Sinister Six. Venom versus Sinister Six. It's gonna happen.
Sony, why do you have such a raging hard-on for the Sinister? Why do you want to make that movie, man? Like, bro,
it's gonna be. I guarantee you, bro. I have a vibe. It's gonna be that Venom versus Sinister Six movie, man.
Tom Hardy says he's done after Venom. Tom Hardy said he's done.
There's a lot of people. They say that they're done.
He said it would be the last Venom. He said it would be the last Venom movie. Not that he's done. He said it'd be the last Venom movie.
They said it's the last Venom movie.
The Sinister Six.
Who do you think? Venom versus Sinister Six. I'm telling you.
Hold on.
If you know, I swear to God, fans, if you let Venom 3 make money, I'm done with you. I don't want to hear from you ever again.
From now on, I do not want to. I'm sorry. Venom 2 was one of the most disappointing experiences of my movie-going life. You not only pissed all over Venom, and you had him in some freaking nightclub going, "Yo, dudes, I now know who I am."
It's so bad.
What are we doing here? And then you've got Carnage, that's an absolute monster, and he's just like going, "Hey, I'm Cletus." like some freaked up redneck that's got a symbiote. You pissed all over that character as well, and now you're like, oh, we're going to do Venom 3. We're going to introduce Toxin, Null, maybe some more symbiotes. It's like you haven't even
Venom versus the Sinister Six. That's what their big plan is.
You know what? They're still trying to kidnap Tom Holland and make him the Spider-Man. They're still trying
you
to
had
do
an
that.
opportunity to set up Tom Holland for the symbiote in the best way, and you shit the bed.
I'm glad they didn't do it because Sony would.
Well, they still did. In No Way Home, they had all the little goo at the end there on the table, so they still did it.
No, because we called them. We said
it's the most shoehorned way. I would have much rather scrap that and just had a meteorite land in the city. Now they've canonized Venom to No Way Home.
Hold on. It's good that they did it because Kevin Feige said,
"Good night forever, Ed."
He booted them out of there. No.
Sorry, this company. Sorry, yeah, this right now. This company's hot on my target list. I have real grievances with this company. I have a real problem with them.
This
is the villain right here. It's not Warner Brothers because they're sorting their shit out. It's not Disney because some departments are at least trying. This company right here. It's like 10 steps forward, 18 steps back. It's like,
and guess what? You wanna know what's the funny part? They don't care. That's just the thing. They don't care. Like they'll tell you to your face.
Start voting with your wallets. When I complained about Venom 2, did I go and see Morbius? No, I stayed at home. And I watched frickin' Tokyo Drift. Vote with your wallets.
You know what Sony's
paying and seeing these things.
You know what Sony's motto is? And I'll fucking do it again. That's Sony's motto. I'll do it
exactly.
again.
Basically, what you said.
As they should, because at the end of the day, there's still that one fan. There could be freaking World War III going off outside. It doesn't matter. They'll be standing outside the cinema. It's like, like bombs dropping everywhere. There's explosions.
I've been telling you what you.
I need to see Venom 3. Like there's
I've been telling you guys for years. This is what Sony does. They take all the good Spider-Man projects, they make money, and then they take the money from the good Spider-Man projects and all this stuff.
I'm getting really annoyed talking about this company. This company make my blood boil. Like honestly, my blood pressure is spiking right now.
Now you gave the keys to the Karate Kid. You gave Mr. Miyagi his yellow bug to Sony. That's essentially what happened. Like you gave him the car, the Miyagi mobile to Sony, and you know what's going to happen? What's going to happen is Karate Kid 2 is going to go straight into a building. Bam.
Here's the thing that pisses me off. As much as I love the MCU trilogy, we could have had Kraven. We could have had Venom properly in the MCU already. We could have had a Morbius, a good Morbius.
A Black Cat. We could have had a lot of things.
We could have had a lot of things. But no.
But we don't.
No. Sony wants to keep making their bullshit movies. They want to keep doing this. They want to keep doing that. No. We just can't have good things.
We could have had Kraven and Black Panther directed by Ryan Coogler. That's what it was supposed to happen.
That was Ryan Coogler.
Sony! No!
No, hold on. Ryan Coogler wanted to have Kraven and Black Panther 2, and guess what? That probably would have set up Spider-Man No Way Home because
I love
No Way Home. I do, but the writers of No Way Home actually wanted the villain to be Kraven. They actually wanted to be Kraven instead.
I knew it. I freaking knew it. Before that trailer even dropped, I freaking knew it. Didn't we say that it was going to be Kraven hunting Spider-Man because his identity was outed?
Bro.
Now, you know the opening of No Way Home, the tension in the Columbia logo? There is a great movie there without all the No Way Home stuff of Spidey on the run.
The No Way Home stuff was a last
I freaking knew as soon as they saw Spider-Verse, they were like, let's change everything and make it like I like it, but
if you know about the production of No Way Home, it was a shit show. They changed their minds at the last minute. They literally had a different script written.
Production hell.
It was a miracle it worked. Marvel had to
it was a miracle that worked.
Marvel had to step in and be like, yo, like we gotta fix this shit.
Let's just say if Feige and John Watts weren't good at their jobs, this movie wouldn't have been good. Like No Way Home wouldn't have been good.
If Sony were good at their jobs, then we wouldn't be in any of these situations.
Because listen, say what you want about Kevin Feige, but thank God he's like thank God he's like handling Spider-Man right now with Sony. Like he's partnering with them because
No Way Home was almost a disaster.
Yeah, like if you actually look at the production, they had plans to incorporate the symbiote at one point. They had plans. The writers said they wanted to use Kraven, but Sony told them they couldn't use him yet, which is weird. Yet,
I don't like what that's implying at all. But
here's the thing:
radioactive line later.
Spider-Man, please, Sony.
Stay the fuck out of Spider-Man 4.
Stay the fuck out of it. Because if you interfere with that film, I will
probably not gonna happen.
Hey, Danny, too soon. But
I'm just gonna give you the tough love.
Sony, the two you can. I don't even care anymore. Sony, you can have your Cravens and your Madam Webs and your Venom 3. I don't care about that. Stay out of Cobra Kai season 6 and you stay out of Spider-Man 4. Stay the hell away.
Stay at a time.
That's all we have left. Now, I do want to say this. Look, I apologize, everyone, for swearing and getting angry and ranting a lot. I think people just find it funny when I do it. But it's just, when it... I don't want it to come across like a manufacturing rage. It's just, this company have done so much over the ages. It's getting tiring.
Ronnie's coming.
Like, it's just tiring. Like, how many times do we have to see?
You know what's so... this is the same company, technically, that put out Spider-Verse. So they can make good things.
Exactly. They're just down the hallway, man.
We
don't talk to Sony Animation, bro. That's going to make a good
Spider-Man. The people who make Spider-Man 2, the game, are just down there.
The people... Raimi's on the...
them.
Go ask
They're
Raimi.
They're basically what they're doing with Warner Brothers is when it comes to like Justice League. It's like, bruh, you got like an animation team, like write it down, or you got Bruce Timm that's like a phone call away that you can just ask him some tips. Like, you don't have to have him on the project, but some tips. You know what I'm saying?
6 movie go. Let that shit go, man.
Just leave it alone. You haven't.
I'm telling you, they Venom versus the Sinister Six.
DC got there first with Suicide Squad. Marvel's gonna get there first with Thunderbolts. You had your chance. It didn't happen. Let it go.
This is your last chance, Sony.
Sinister Six is
it's
not.
It's going to be Venom versus the Sinister Six. $10 says it is.
Sinister Six doesn't work without Spider-Man, bro. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't.
It never makes sense.
But we're talking to Sony here. I guarantee you, they're probably saying Venom versus Sinister Six.
Who's going to be in the Sinister Six? Me? Who the fuck's on the team?
Hypno Hustler,
Dr. Octopus.
Who's on the team? Who's on the team? Big Wheel? Like, what are we doing here?
What's his name? What's his...
shit's canceled. That shit's not happening. That shit's canceled.
Anyway, but just going back on Cobra Kai and Karate Kid. Listen, guys, we're not trying to be negative Nancy's and we hate everything. It's just like it's a jet the fact that Sony just doesn't know what they're doing when it comes to spreading the universe.
Pretty much
it's like, and another thing, why would you guys want an extended universe for Cobra Kai and Karate Kid anyway? Lately, most extended universes haven't been doing great anyway. You would think you just want to have just a normal ending or whatever.
Even if they were doing great, and everything needs to be a universe. Like sometimes, not everything is Marvel. Like,
correctly.
With Marvel and DC, like they have like decades and decades and decades worth of stories, and they have new ones being written all the time. They can pull from that, but like, how long is this Karate Gang War gonna go? Like you can't. It's already getting to the point where it's like, bro, like we've had 6 seasons of this and 3 movies.
Darius, I said this to Adam and Jacob the other day. It's like you would think that in season 5 they were just giving hints that that this universe is going to extend. Like, you remember when Terry Silver told Sensei Kim, like, yeah, I want Cobra Kai to be anonymous, like Starbucks coffee or McDonald's or whatever. And I'm like, oh no.
Because I'm sorry,
no.
Going back to the Doomsday scenario, we said if Cobra Kai wins in season 6, what's going to happen is there's going to be Cobra Kai's everywhere, like every block, like McDonald's or something. And like, I could just see a version of this movie that I don't like, where Ralph goes to where Daniel goes to New York because there's Cobra Kai dojos in New York, and they're caught. There's a very bad version of this movie that I don't want to see that I can kind of see happening now. I don't like it. I don't.
It's like, are you gonna like recruit Julie down the line? Are you gonna like get all the original Karate Kids down the line or something?
Is she gonna be involved at all?
I love Jackie Chan. It would make way more sense to recruit Julie, you know, a character that exists in the universe.
That would make a lot more sense.
A character that Daniel already knows for the creators. They might have met at the funeral. Like, why?
Yep. Still haven't got answers to that.
Why are we going from
and Hilary Swank wants to, and the thing is, Hilary Swank doesn't mind playing the character, so I don't know why.
You don't know the real answer? It's because Jackie Chan makes more money, and
yeah,
that's the answer.
I'm done.
And karate and kung fu are not the same thing. How are they gonna be in this?
Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
No. You know what they're gonna do? Remember how Mr. Miyagi said that he got the basics of Miyagi-Do from China? They're gonna tie that in.
There you go.
Mr. Han, bro. I'm serious. They're gonna do it,
dude. I guarantee you, when they like those studio heads, they were probably watching that episode of Cobra Kai and just said like, "Oh, okay, this is what we got. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna get Jackie Chan, and we're gonna get Ralph Macchio.
Even though the karate is different, it's actually the same because it comes from the same source. That's what they're gonna do, bro.
Yeah,
yep. Exactly.
This comes from the same.
No
source.
love.
Like Mr. Han's ancestor and Miyagi ancestor had the same teacher or some bullshit. That's what they're gonna do.
I'm scared.
I'm scared too. Rightfully so. It's just like I said earlier. It's like Sony took the keys from Mr. Miyagi's yellow bug and
you know what? I will say
straight
this,
into the wall.
With all this like ranting that we've done, this is good because it gets it out of our system. So when we do the stream next time, it's at a place of acceptance that this is what we have to deal with.
Yeah, honestly, after this hour of ranting about it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm at a place of acceptance with it now. Like it's just like, okay, this is where we're going now. This is where we're going. Oh man. Everybody, give them a massive shout out and thank you to the one, the only RJ Strand. The man, the myth, the mama, Darius.
What's up?
What's up? And MMA King Priest Jr. The shark is a shark. King Shark is a shark. It's just good business. Whatever your name is. Yeah, and me. Thank you everybody for tuning in. See you next week. Next week. But yeah, this was like therapy. This last hour. Wow.
Sony's hurt us all.
You can see the toll that it's taken on all of us as well. Look at us. We're all defeated. Danny's wandering off. Danny's looking into the shadow realm. Darius is looking down into the void. RJ's looking in the dead space. I'm not even here. Like
it's like we sit around. We had a therapy circle. It's like, who hurt you? Sony. Oh shit, me too.
Please keep Spider-Man foregrounded, please.
Great technology company. Love you guys' technology, but boy, when it comes to your entertainment,
I'm begging you, please keep Spider-Man foregrounded. Please.
Everyone, a moment of silence.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
And that's where we're ending this stream, everybody. Peace out, everybody. And for a little bit of banter, a post-credit scene from Adam before we round off.
So, how's it going?
Perfect. Adam, in 2 sentences or less, how would you describe the situation?
Right, let me think of this. Why?
Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
That pretty much sums it up.
End the stream now.
Pretty much summed it up. End the stream now. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. See you all next week. And Let's play a clip. There you go. That one. This is what I feel like when Sony, anytime Sony gets mentioned.